Oh no. Someone is not happy to go to bed.
No, not
She's
at
like,
all.
I was having fun with the boyos.
Yeah. Did she? Oh no, that was yesterday where she wasn't napping.
She's not napping most days these days.
Really?
It's like very rare that we get a good noon nap.
Heckin' no naps.
I know it, and so she's a big old fussy butt by the time nighttime comes. But
Fussy butt.
all right, everybody. What do we remember from our last session?
Narrowly defeating those silly heads.
Nothing, because it's been ages.
All
I'm
our
80 now.
friends and family are gone. They're in the my research lab.
Yeah, we got to figure out
half of them.
we have to figure out how to get back to the area.
Half of House Wallace evacuated through the
Hey
portal
Nick, what's
underneath
up?
the
How's it
manor,
going?
in the wake of the attack from the drow on the house proper. The quakes from the drow opening up a rift to allow reinforcements to come in caused the structural integrity of the building to collapse onto the portal, cutting them off from the
Conveniently broke right when I got there.
right there. Just a moment away. Just been a little quicker. I don't know if Sybil will ever forgive himself.
I know Bane won't forgive him.
I tried, Dad. I took like 50 points of damage or more.
Take 60.
I did more than that by the time I got back.
After defeating the last of the forces on the surface, the group reconvened.
Hey, Ashley, welcome in.
At the
Welcome
castle
in,
of
everybody.
the dead.
We quested.
In the Swordstone Mountains, where they contacted Lady Silverhand and arranged a meeting for tonight to discuss the political ongoings in the wake of the attacks of on Waterdeep. Meanwhile, Siva reconvened with his
D&D? Oh, it was great. We
cleric
loved it.
friends over in the oh my gosh, I am
City of the Dead.
already falling apart over here.
D&D
Siva,
Beyond, why have you forsaken me?
I know, right? Yes, he reconvened with his friendly clerics over in the City of the Dead to try and perform a ritual to contact.
Hey, yo,
his
Raven
spirit.
Queen, where you at?
And at the same time, Bane Wallace.
How you doing, Ashley?
Moves
We loved
towards,
the Dungeons and Dragons movie. It was awesome.
With
Super
his
fun.
brightest pupil, attempting to infiltrate to find out what is happening with the nobility.
Cue the Mission Impossible music.
Meow 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 meow.
Okay. And so we start as we kind of zoom in on a group of workers sort of traveling up the winding pathway that leads up to Castle Waterdeep. Several of them carrying empty carts. Both Bane and Orla were able to sort of sneak their way into a group of workers that have been reinforcing.
What's up,
a few
Kings?
of the
Welcome in.
streets, and kind of
Hope everybody's doing so well.
guard positions.
Appreciate you
And
stopping
they
in.
are
Hope you're
accompanying
doing so
this
well
group
tonight.
back
We're gonna
into
play
the
some Dungeons
castle
and
to,
Dragons.
get a few supplies from castle stores to move back out. They are accompanied by a group of City Watch, flanking either sides or leading ahead and following behind, as they move into the castle.
I feel like some hurting's about to come.
I would say,
Whoa.
if it doesn't matter the order, save me for last because my food's about to be here. So,
Okay.
I'd focus on everyone else.
Look
So,
at that. Castle Waterdeep. What in tarnation?
Although I should have my D&D game open. What am I doing?
What
What?
are you
This
doing?
whole time, Ryan?
Where's the whiskey and rapes? I found thee.
Probably.
What a rookie.
I'm logging in now.
And then instead we move over to the City of the Dead, um, uh, where Siva, you are sort of sitting in a
Just convening.
candlelit,
Yes.
yeah, a candlelit chamber, used for various rituals, funeral rites, and whatnot. Um, 7 clerics surround you. They have sort of adorned it with uh, these smoking censers that are wafting around
Waft it.
yeah, an aroma of various spices and herbs, um, putting everyone in a trance-like state as they chant uh, into the afterlife, attempting to make sort of a connection with the plane of shadow.
Oh yeah.
Um, it's hard to tell in this condition how much time has passed as you
Hmm.
meditate. Minutes slip away like seconds, hours like
Whoa.
minutes. Um,
2 years
and
later.
the building kind of being cut off from the light, it's always a bit disconcerting, but you don't focus on that. You focus on the chanting, focus on the spiritual energies that you feel surrounding you. The City of Dead has
Yes.
always felt a little bit more like home than anywhere else in Waterdeep, as you
Big
can
fan.
feel the channels of spiritual energy that move through this location. It was chosen not just for its position within the city, but the ground itself, being blessed by the gods as already a pathway for spirits to move on to the next plane. And so you feel your spirit being slowly inched out of your corporeal form, um, as you slip further and further away. This out of body experience
Okay.
sort of enveloping you as you rise up, um, and into uh, the sky, not necessarily the sky above Waterdeep, but almost into the sky of another plane.
Okay.
With each passing moment, you feel the warmth of the material plane sort of drain away. The color sort of fades, becoming unsaturated
My people.
by the moment, um, until you find yourself settling back down in a gray reality. The world as what you know it, but um,
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
completely devoid of light. Um, find yourself in a sort of muted version of the room that you were just meditating in. Um, you wander around for a moment before walking outside. And immediately upon stepping outside, you see the land all from your feet. Um, a void of nothingness sort of stretching out in front of you. Um, the cathedral that you were once in behind you, sort of now looking like a crumbled ruin. Um, in front of you, various sort of bits of stone and rock form almost a pathway.
Yes.
Stepping carefully from one to the next.
What's
The
up,
front
man?
pathway
Welcome
leading you
in.
to
Thanks so
a
much for being here.
large island in this void. A single tree sort of sits on it. As you approach the tree, you see sort of sitting upon it is a nest. 2 raven sit upon this nest.
I
Siva.
approach.
Yes, what do you do?
I approach.
Okay. Approaching, the ravens sort of look at you almost expectingly.
Yeah, I say, I have called upon the Raven Queen. I have done her bidding, and I have further requests of her.
Uh, the ravens, sort of their heads jerking around, sort of jerking directly at you as soon as the first utterance kind of escapes from your voice. Um, and one suddenly sort of spreads its wings, and sort of takes flight, sort of flying up, and as it comes back down, it uh, you know, almost like a trick on your perception appears to be 10 times larger than you would expect, as it grasps you at the shoulders with its talons.
This is
And
happening.
rises you up into the air.
Perfect.
Sailing along the void, you see the land of the dead, the Shadowfell, sort of sprawled about you as this raven sort of takes you, and you fly over the twisting nether that it pertains.
Yes.
You've been here a few times now, right?
Mhm.
This land you're not terribly unfamiliar with. Nonetheless, it is still feels alien, no matter how many times you have visited.
Yeah.
The Raven Queen had originally tasked you with protecting it from various beings in the material realm that were siphoning souls from it.
Yes.
And even now, you can see streams of souls sort of moving in and out of the void from one place to another.
This is totally fine.
There is a dark spot, kind of off to the side where the Raven seems to be flying you. It settles down in a large stone structure. Um, the structure is large enough to look like battlements, like ramparts of a castle wall, but disjointed and broken. As you settle down, there is a figure cloaked in raven feathers, um, standing on the edge of the battlement, as if waiting for you. As you step down, the figure turns to you, and you see that it is none other than the Raven Queen. Besides her is a much smaller figure, a cloaked man, the man you know to be her voice.
Immediately, I take a bow. And I say, or I wait to be called upon as I bow.
The voice bows back, and the Raven Queen gives you a nod as the voice speaks his first utterances. The mistress bids you welcome, soldier of the Shadow Realm. What questions do you bring her on this day?
It is good to be back in the presence. I have completed the quests. The ones that were in the material realm shall bother you no more. 3 were vanquished by our blades. The 4th sent to the elemental plane. Hopefully, no more troubles to do with your souls. I'll pause a second to see if she has a response.
The voice looks at her for a moment, looks back at you. He nods. Says, there are truth in your words, and the Raven Queen deems your actions adequate. And appreciates your service.
I'll take adequate. Self-confidence is all-time high. Adequate from my girl. With that, I bring sore news, as there is another coming danger upon us in the material plane, and I tell her of the Loth, and I tell her of the and I show the amulet. We have vanquished drow that are working with oh my gosh, I forget his name every single time. The crazy wizard guy.
Oh. It's Hayden or
Hallister.
Hallister.
That's it.
So
He works for Hollister.
Yes, yeah, he works for Hollister. He's been working on his abs in a dark room for Hollister ads. No, Hallister, I say the gang, the Mind Flayers, and Lolth seem to be collapsing on Waterdeep, and I'm in need of strength to combat them.
The Raven Queen nods as you speak, and looks to her voice. Voice turns from her back to you before speaking again. Uh, the mistress is intrigued. The actions of her sister are, and no doubt, will eventually reach our own gates. Um, any limitation on her that you can impose would be a great service to her. What aid do you wish? Do you seek, warrior of the void?
That's a great question. I don't know if I totally thought.
Power.
what are we talking about here, lady? I mean, my thought was to be communicating a way to enter the ethereal plane, and use that power fully, to be able to walk through it, and not just like 10 minutes or some type of way that I can, and maybe communicate with her easier as another thing. But like, I would love to play on the power of that ethereal plane because that comes in clutch, but I can use it once a day, for like a few minutes, and it's shoddy at best damage now because now it didn't really scale with me. So I don't know if that's what I would ask is in a more eloquent way is to strengthen my connection to the plane, and allow me to pull souls from their bodies to do her bidding. Yes. You're beautiful. Okay. You're the best. You're looking great today. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yes. So I don't know if that's a post quest talk with you, Kirk, but maybe I should have outside of.
You see, just for the briefest of moments, the light, um, curling of a lip, and if you knew any better, you'd imagine it might have even been a smile, before her scowl returns, and she shakes her head, um, negatively in your direction, and plucks a single feather from the back of her cloak and passes it to the voice, who then steps towards you, offering you this raven's feather. My lady apologizes, but if you are to take on her sister, then such abilities would be of no use to you, nor any of your compatriots. But that said, take this feather. In the material plane, it should manifest as a translucent raven. With it, you may better seek the lady's guidance, and at an opportune point, she might be able to assist you further.
I got a pet.
But know that the deeper you go into Loth's domain, the more cut off from the Shadowfell you will become. The Spider Queen has made it her business to control souls and the ability around her. For now, we have allowed her to continue existing, if nothing more than for the sake of our other siblings.
And oh, sorry, didn't mean to.
But any damage that the mortal realm can do is out of our control. I do hope you understand.
And then, and lastly, I will receive the gift and thank her for her generosity. And I say, and one more thing before I'm parted, may you bless my mortal weapons. And I show my 2 poison daggers and my my bracers of flying daggers and ask if there's anything she could do to imbue them with strength.
She nods, and the voice takes and asks, the bracers, please.
Yes.
Mm. And he takes the bracers from you, looks at them for a moment, and then walks over to the edge of the battlement, which he just takes a step off into what looks like the void, and a stone sort of quickly comes to meet his foot as he steps again and again and again, until he walks out and downwards, and takes the bracer and holds it ever so gently and dips it into the void. Um, Sort of pulls it up, and this almost shadowy purple liquid sticks to it just for a moment before he shakes it off. Um, Steps back and offers you the bracer back.
I thank them. Is there any other directions that I may receive before I head back to deal with this?
Know that the drow are condemned by most mortals, and know that they are in an unfortunate position. Loth has them as but slaves of mind and body. Should you free them, they could be an ally stronger than any you'll find in the mortal plane.
Mm.
But this is no easy task, and should not be pursued uh, over that of destroying them.
Um, to free them, is there a particular way that works better than others? What do you mean by free them? I'm trying to figure out how to free them.
There are ones on your plane that have such a mission as their goal. If you were to seek them out, um, they may be able to aid you in the matter.
Thank you, my queen. I shall do this bidding. I will communicate as much as I can through my ethereal raven, and take your guidance to vanquish your foes.
With that, the voice gives a bow. The Raven Queen turns her back to you, looking off once again. Um, and you suddenly feel the ground under you sort of give way. The stones that you were standing on sort of fall apart, and you start falling, until you land directly into your body. The force sort of moving from a spiritual force to a concussive material force as you fall flat on the ground, as if you've fallen from a decent height. Causing the chanting around you to immediately stop, and a few of the clerics to run over, worryingly checking on you, make sure you're all right.
All right. I'll say I've received word from the Raven Queen. I know what I must do.
And in your right hand, you still grasp the feather.
So I try to call upon the power, like she said, to have it materialize. Well, I don't want to. Did she say to wait? Because she said it would materialize when I got to this plane.
Yeah. I mean, as you hold it up, you see the feather. As you see a shadowy figure of a raven sort of ooze up from the feather, and sort of spread its wings for a moment before it cocks its head, and you're looking at you.
I'll ask it its name if it talks.
It squawks back at you.
All right, good talk, and I'll just pat it on the head. And I'll just explain to the City of the Dead that she calls to the Loth, and I'll ask them if they have any contacts on Drow and how we might release the Drow.
Some of them kind of murmur and kind of look to each other, and the head priest sort of takes lead as he walks up to him. He shakes his head. It's like, I don't believe any of us have had contact with the Drow. There have been a few of There are corpses that have crossed our doors in my time, but only a handful. I'm afraid I've not had much contact with the species or their like.
Do I have any? Is there? I'll ask them if there's a easy way that I can communicate with them.
With the
City of the Dead. Yeah, yeah.
Any way you would communicate with anyone else in the city, and a courier could send a message to us faster than most.
I'm talking about almost instantaneous.
I'm afraid we do not have that capability. So we have a few clerics that could speak with the dead to carry a message if need be, but it would be strenuous.
If I would task you to find how to release the drow, what would you need?
I'm unsure. I'm not even sure what that truly means, I'm afraid.
All right. Well, I give them another 100 gold to keep repairing the city, and thank them for all that they've done, and ask if they have anything else that they need. Otherwise, I'd be on my way.
No, you've already given us plenty. Continue doing the lady's will, and that would be enough for us.
Okay.
The freeing the drow thing might be something we could ask Silverhand about.
Yeah.
If she knows anyone.
Yeah, that's a great idea. So I'll make haste back to. We're meeting outside the castle ward. Is that was the?
I don't. Are you in Bane meeting up or something?
No. We're meeting with Silverhand, right?
Oh, is that where that was?
I don't. I'm trying to remember where. I just had meeting with Silverhand. I didn't have.
Lady Silverhand is traveling towards the Castle of the Dead.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Oh, so she's meeting here.
Yeah, we're just hanging out there. Me and Zelrith are already there.
All right. Correct. Well, if I'm already there, then I'll just start communing with the ethereal plane to keep strengthening that, and testing out these bracers.
Very good.
While we wait.
All right. What do you test the bracers on?
I will go to an area that isn't that no one's around, and if there's like a stone pillars or something that's not holding anything up, something that is off out of the way, maybe like part of the crumbled wall on the far side or something like that.
Okay.
Test it there.
All right. As you manifest the daggers, they now manifest as a blackish shadow dagger. That when you throw against the stone wall, you find that after you've thrown the dagger, the physical dagger, right? A translucent version remains in your hand. That when you throw that, it goes through the wall.
So I can throw through objects, I guess? Is that the idea?
You're holding on to the soul of the dagger.
I'm not sure. I don't know what it did. I'm not sure. Okay.
Okay. If I remember correctly, Zelrith, you were mostly focused on your
Welcome
trolls
in, everybody. Hope you're doing
you
so
were
well.
spending this afternoon.
Appreciate you.
Resurrecting 2 trolls, correct?
I think that's actually wrong. I think it's 1 troll and 1 shield bearer.
That's right. There you go. I did forget about the shield bearer. So you have a troll now in your monster sheet.
Yep. Oh, cool.
I do need to get the shield bearer up though. I'll do that in a minute.
Where is it?
It should be with your other undead minions. in the
Let
party
me
mobs,
see.
right?
Out of sight, out of mind. Okay. Ooh, cool. Yeah, I see it.
Welcome
Good.
back, Connors.
Pretty much waiting for that conversation. I'm
Okay.
hoping for the opportunity to talk to whoever's in charge of the city
Mm-hmm.
and offer to get rid of all of the dead bodies.
How are you gonna word that?
They have a
I don't
body
know.
removal service.
Yes.
Just
Yeah.
started yesterday. Very convenient.
Yeah,
Don't
it's
ask me why.
crazy. Magical ways. Very humane. Very humane way
Just
to.
nobles just willing to deal with the bodies in the city just
Yeah.
out of the goodness
Mm-hmm.
of their heart.
Mhm.
It's like,
Yeah.
Hold on a second. We're having
No, I mean,
an issue over here. I'll be right back.
I'll take payment.
I have a feeling word has probably started to spread about you
In your castle.
with
It
what
is
you did in
possible.
Have you
what you
guys
did during the
ever noticed?
invasion and stuff.
Yeah.
It was chaotic though. Hard to say.
Have you guys ever noticed that Sarah's castle always has lightning across it? The dark clouds and
Guys, any ideas what
undead.
happened to my bracers? I can
So
throw
it
them through
sounds
stuff
like
now.
you throw the physical dagger, and then after that you can also throw a dagger that passes through things. So maybe could you choose like I don't know, not to throw the physical dagger and just to throw the one that
I'm
passes
not
through
sure.
things?
So the way they're set up,
Have you tried to throw the non-physical one?
I'm not sure. Typically, they never were technically physical because they're on my arm, and I throw two magic daggers, and then they immediately get hurled, and then they vanish if they hit or they don't. They disappear. So now they actually physically manifest as well. I'm not sure. And the physical one goes through things.
Maybe he was just talking about like you were throwing, you pick up your normal dagger and try to and throw it, but then the ones that manifest are able to pass through things. It was phrased a little
Yeah, I'm not quite sure.
confusingly.
I have to keep
Yeah.
trying them.
You keep playing with it.
Yeah.
Um, side note, I don't know if you guys knew this already, but if you got multiple monitors, I find it very useful when you have Foundry up. If you hit F11, it just changes it to full screen,
Mm-hmm.
and it's less cluttered.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, that's
I always forget to do
Yeah.
that, especially when I'm streaming, and it helps to take it away. But the problem is then you
That's
guys
smart.
disappear sometimes, even when
Yeah.
even when you're
'Cause
pinned to the top.
Yeah, it only works for a browser. So if you're trying to switch between tabs, it's not that useful. But if
Mm-hmm.
you just have a monitor dedicated to Foundry, I highly recommend it.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that.
No
How
problem.
dare you?
All right. Connors, you ready?
Of course.
Okay.
The frick? Oh my dear heavens,
I'm
the
concerned.
Betsies.
Oh my lands! This is
Concerned I'm not
interesting.
gonna do anything tonight.
How
As-
can I draw this out as long as possible?
There's like 15 levels on this diagram.
um, like I was saying before, as you and Orla walk up towards the main gate, you are with a group of a few other commoners who have been like recruited to help repair on some of the outer walls, as well as some of the makeshift
Thanks for watching and hanging out,
barricades
everybody.
that
Hope
have
you're
been
doing
put
so
around the
well.
city. Most of the city is still kind of in chaos at this point, to remind everybody.
Oh yeah.
But the city watch and the castle guards have kind of made a quarantine zone around the castle, and has saved a lot of the city on the southern side of Waterdeep. As you sort of head up to the main gates, you're flanked in the front and back by a set of city watch guards. Passing through the main gate, you're emptied off into a courtyard area where you see the main great hall of Castle Waterdeep. You sort of set are to the side as a group of the guards head off to go get supplies that are needed. So you're these commoners are going to load up these carts and then head back out of the castle.
Load them up.
What's the plan, Bane?
I guess. I mean, I'm just trying to get close to. Oh my God, Kirk, this is too overwhelming. Holy crap!
This is a lot, yeah.
This is a wild castle. I mean, yeah, I guess my goal is to get inside. You said, right here, and everyone's working on the walls.
Everyone is currently in. Yeah, currently the castle itself is untouched. You're gathering supplies to take back down out of the castle right now. Is what these commoners are doing. So you have there's like 4 or 5 carts that y'all have, and then there's a small group of commoners that were kind of like pulling them up here. The guards are getting some of the castle staff to get the supplies to load up on the carts, and you take it back. So you saw some guards go into the Great Hall, and that is kind of where we are right now.
Okay. I guess Bane will look for an opportunity to blend in with the staff inside the castle, or at least try to find a way into the castle.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, like how would you propose to do that?
Well, I guess it depends on like what people are out there. Like I assume not everyone out there is just workers.
Right. Yeah. Right now, you just have commoners in the main courtyard. A group of guards, a group of 5 guards, went off to get some of the castle staff. They're going to bring back supplies. They'll be back in just a moment, and then there's a group of 5 other guards that are out here at the courtyard with you, kind of watching over you. And you have Orla at your disposal as well.
And so I guess this group that's going or getting materials in the castle and they're taking it back to the city. How often does that group go back and forth?
Oh, this is kind of not a normal thing. Normally, commoners wouldn't get inside the castle wall so easy, but the crisis the way it is, they need to get these supplies down real fast, so they kind of grab some commoners and.
I'm saying currently, like as I was like approaching the castle, I probably would have seen a group or 2 going in and out. Like, how long is it taking for them to get in and get out?
You didn't see another group going in or out.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
You saw some guards moving in and out, like kind of moving up and down the ramparts. You even saw like a noble carriage that y'all passed by at one point, that was going into the castle. But other than that, no other peasants or commoners.
Okay. Not sure what to do here.
What's up, one dude? How's it going? Welcome in.
I guess I just.
How you doing? Thanks for being here. Hope you're doing so well. Lee, welcome in. Welcome
Are
in,
there
everybody.
any guards like kind of by themselves, like 1 or 2 guards, like just like standing guard in like a corner or something?
Not in the courtyard. The courtyard's pretty empty right now. The last guards you passed were back at the last guard tower, and there was just 2 guards that you saw. You could assume that there were more up in the tower as you saw portcullis and areas for crossbows to be fired. But in this courtyard, as of right now, you just see the 5 guards that are there guarding you.
You're
They're
not eating it?
they seem to be a little weary. You can see some bags under their eyes. They've been up for a bit. But 2 of them are kind of chit chatting. The other 3 are kind of just.
That hat. Oh yeah, this is a cool one. I have a purple one too.
Okay.
Little baby penguin on it.
Yeah.
We use these to do our You're so good. We use these to do our gender reveal.
How did you get there?
Just with our little families.
I just blended in with the.
And a very calm, chill
what's
one.
happening right now?
And we
You're just,
did
like, standing in the middle of the courtyard
a blue
and,
one
there's
or a
nobody
purple one,
there
depending
but
on.
you.
And we did
No, there's
poppers
guards
to
here.
show blue.
No, I know.
Put on
but,
the blue
like,
hat. And there we
Where
go.
where did the group that you blended in with go?
They're
He's
still
still blended. He's still blended in with them.
All right, well stick with them, right?
Yeah, but they're gonna be leaving outside the gate, and then
Oh,
they'll
yeah.
be going
Thank
back
you.
into the city. So I need to find a way to get separated from the group and into the castle.
Amanda brought me in
Can you just like stealth?
some Chipotle that we had from yesterday.
I mean,
She did
yeah,
not
like, are
eat
there any
her.
places to hide? Like
You
some
looking at
boxes or
Amazon right now?
shadows?
Are you in the Discord?
That's true.
If you're in the Discord, I can send you a link, but I
You
can't
do
post a link
see
here.
some windows up a floor above. That there's like an open window. You can see the curtains sort of wafting. Doesn't look like it's a fairly dark room.
What about the sunlight hitting the walls? Are there any dark corners?
You see some corners go over towards
Hey, puppy.
the east
Hey, baby.
side of the courtyard.
Good boy.
Sun
East
is
side.
sort of like not hitting that side as sharply as the west side.
All right. Voila. I'm gonna need you to create a little diversion to the west here, and I'm gonna just take a step into the darkness. You'll be able to find your way into the castle, right?
She sort of shrugs, looking at you, and said,
If you hit the link in my bio,
"You know
it's,
the barley
I have
is
a
more
link tree,
expensive last week than it was a
and
month or two ago, at least.
it's the first link in the link tree.
Which means she'll do her best she can."
Okay.
As she walks over to a few of the other commoners and starts talking to them.
Okay. When I see a opportunity, I'm gonna try to make it to the east side and blend in to the shadow.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, and it's as you kind of wait and you can see that Orla's like waiting for like a signal. As soon as you give the signal, she pickpocket. She so it makes a drop into one of the commoners' pouches. She walks over to one of the guards, and speaks with them for a moment. It seems pretty hushed. But after a while, the guards kind of come over and talk to the commoner. She made the drop into and start patting them down. And as they reach into one of his pockets, there is a boom of explosion as smoke kind of fills that whole west side of the area, giving you your opening.
All right. I run into the shadows and turn invisible. Then shortly after that, try to teleport into one of the windows.
Okay, cool.
Noise. Mighty handy.
You can hear a bit of commotion as you seek off to the shadows. You see one or two guards sort of coming out of out of the front main gates, sort of side doors, and the weapons drawn, and they're kind of trying to lock down the area as the smoke is still sort of obscuring most of the area. As you teleport up into the second floor of the castle, you find yourself in
What's up,
a
Christian?
small
Welcome in.
side room. This room looks like it
Hope everybody's doing
is
so well.
some sort of
Appreciate you being here.
reading chamber. There is a small comfy chair and a table with a candle, a small bookshelf with a few tomes sort of put on it, as well as a writing desk off to the side. You know that you have the layout of this castle for better or less memorized, which is why I have this map in front of you. You've been into the castle a few times yourself, but not into this particular room, but you know of it.
All right. Well, then I would know where the barracks are, right?
Yeah, the barracks. Let's see. I don't think the barracks are actually in the castle itself. The barracks are down at the bottom of the castle. The guards have postings here in the towers, but no long-term barracks.
Okay. Well then, I guess the first thing I'll try to do is, if I already have the clothes available, change my disguise into servant clothing so that I could walk around.
All right, yeah, you kind of pull out your disguise kit, get rid of some of the rattier clothes and get some of the nicer servant clothes that you have. You sort of throw those on and change up your face disguise for good measure. As you can hear some more sort of yelling from down in the main courtyard.
Okay. And head on out.
All right. Walking out of the reading
Welcome
room,
in, everybody. Hope
you
you're doing
come to
so
a
well.
main
Appreciate
hall,
you stopping in.
where it looks like one end leads out to the Great Hall, which gives access to the bottom floor, and then the other end leads to the northeast tower. There's currently no one in the hall.
Guess I'm heading toward the northeast tower.
Head over towards the northeast tower. As you get to the door, you hear steel on stone footsteps that seem to be coming down the tower.
Just kind of bend around the corner and hide in the corner.
Act normal, act normal, act normal, act normal.
Yes. Oh, this is misplaced
You
right
just
here.
stand
Cleaning
in the corner
this.
with your head down and just
Yeah.
This is what I was told to do.
There's the
me.
dark corner.
Of the hallway, or do you go into the tower and do that?
What's safer, Kirk?
You know what, Kirk? I'm gonna just look. I'm gonna look for the nearest shadow, Kirk, and I'm gonna always look for the nearest shadow that I can just hop into.
These
and-
rooms are very well lit right now.
Okay, well then I use magic to unlight the torch.
So you snuff out the torch again in the hallway or in the tower?
I guess in the hallway. In the hallway.
Oh, okay. So you snuff out the torch in the hallway. It goes dark, and you use your dagger
Poof.
to go invisible.
Yep.
Right? Okay, very good.
Too easy.
Okay. As you go invisible, the steel sort of footsteps continue, sort of going down, going down from above. It sounds like they reached your level before they descend down further, and dissipate from your ears.
All right. I will head up the tower now.
So moving up the tower, you find yourself on the level that holds the chapel. At this point,
All right. Is there anyone in there?
in the tower, no.
Or sorry, the chapel.
You can go check. Can you go and check the chapel?
Yeah.
As you walk into the chapel, you do see a friar that is tending to the main cathedral. He seems to be fixing. There's a sort of a candle ceremony that has several candles lit, and he seems to be replacing a few of the candles and cleaning up some wax.
What's up,
okay.
bro?
Did I not have? Where did this thing go? Do that real fast. What do you do from here?
Go back in the tower and go up.
I love Bane's his smiling avatar there.
That is Helen art right there.
Cute. I love it.
There's Helen's interpretation of Bane Wallace, which has been my favorite.
Amazing.
No bias whatsoever.
Look at him.
So-
Look at
sorry,
him. He's beautiful.
You said you continue where?
Up.
Continue up. Okay.
Onward.
Okay. You continue up into the spectators' hall. It is here that you, as you're climbing up the stairs before you kind of get completely up them, you do kind of peek around and see a set of guards. These are much more heavily armored guards than the City Watch that seem to be manning the doors leading to the spectator hall. This would be the hall where the nobles normally give counsel, hold counsel, and even now you can hear various voices sort of mumbled and murmured from the thick stone walls, but there seems to be some sort of debate going on.
Okay.
Can you teleport past them?
I want to do something else. Just because I have not used this in a while. I just so I could get okay, there we go. So they're guarding the door, and I hear voices inside the hall. The actual room they're guarding, like, is it well lit as well, or is it like one torch lighting?
Everything
Room?
around here is pretty well lit,
Okay.
either from open windows and as well as there's also torchlight on most of these sconces.
You said I know this area pretty well. Would I know another way in?
You know that the sponsors hall is pretty tough to get into outside of a few entrances along these towers. The only other entrance are the large windows that adorn the south side of that room. But that would not be a very stealthy approach, as that's where the council would be held. Otherwise, no, you don't know of any secret passageways or any sort of servant paths or anything like that to this particular room.
All right. I want to do something creative here, but I gotta really think this out for a second. Sorry.
You're good.
What's up, Andre? Welcome in. How you doing? Love seeing the little waddle tag there. Hello again. Welcome in. Hey, for just joining us. Appreciate you stopping in.
All right. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna try something fun. I'm gonna cast Unseen Servant.
Okay.
Ooh, it's been 12 years since I've heard that.
It has been a bit, dude.
You used to use that all the time.
I know.
Yeah, so you kind of going back down the steps, you quietly murmur the words, and feel the magic, feel the threads of magic, sort of leave you, as the servant is created. What orders do you give it?
All right. I have it go in that room, and I tell it to like just knock something off the shelf or something, or just like knock an item onto the floor.
Okay. So you give the order, you wait a few moments, another moment or so, and then crash! You hear what sounds like some sort of pottery sort of hit the ground and crack open.
Those were the snacks.
As well as some movement of metal and some voices sounding concerned.
All right. Am I close enough to actually hear the voices? Like hear just. Like...
Yeah, you can like
Okay,
creeping up
yeah.
the steps. Go ahead and give me a stealth check for good measure.
Yeah.
I feel like it's silly asking, but just go ahead and make it.
You never know.
You
There's
never
not
know.
ones.
Bottom 21.
Oh,
my
shit!
God.
What just
Oh my
happened?
God.
A nat one.
That's why we ask right
Are
there.
you
Literally the only way.
I don't want to waste it, but
Dude,
can I use
how
my
did I
heroic
know?
action on that? Just so.
I mean, that's not what heroic action is. Heroic action is not like a reroll thing. Heroic
Oh
action is
my
like, I want to do
gosh.
this thing that is outside of the
Okay.
normal rule set. So, no, unless you have something else for rerolls. That's,
Oh,
You have
that's what
no.
inspiration?
No,
You have
I
inspiration?
don't.
No, nothing?
No.
Okay.
How's everybody doing, chat? Welcome in.
Wow.
See how good these guys roll.
Oh,
Look at this.
ho,
Still funny
ho.
that it's a 14.
Yeah, yeah,
No.
even that fail.
Oh, okay. So yeah, as you kind of creep up to kind of get a sense of what's happening in that room, you see one of the guards that's like investigating like the pottery, as the other ones looking around the room be like, "Don't be fooled. This is a trick. I sense magic afoot," and almost that moment, your foot just slips a bit off of one of the stairs, causing your foot to land like a little harder than normal, but it makes a bit of a
That was a banana.
hit as the guards is like, "Someone's over there."
How you doing,
Right there.
Andre?
As you
Appreciate you
start
stopping
like,
in.
"Stop right there!" as the guard begins to give you chase. So you sprint back down to the next level.
How you been, bud?
I keep going down.
Love to see the little waddle tag.
Because I go
Love
to
it.
the hallway.
Say again.
I
You
said
go
I'm
back down to the hallway.
Back to the hallway.
Okay. All right.
Give him chase.
Let's go ahead and get some better ambience music then.
Plays a Fortnite? Nice!
Still
You get any
do not
wins?
Use this to my advantage.
I still
I
need to
mean,
get
let
the Aaron
one of the
Yeager
guards leave the door,
skin.
at least, right?
I've just not been able to play a ton of games with Baby being
As you run down the next set of hallway, you can
really
hear
hard the last
the,
couple
the
weeks.
clanking metal, sort of coming, not echoing from behind you, as you hear a horn sort of ring through the stonework.
Perfect.
Well, I just get in the hallway.
Oh my gosh, the
Turn
Star Wars
invisible.
season has been tough.
Okay.
All the
Hallway.
lightsabers. Oh my gosh. And there's a
Actually,
new Force thing too, right? I haven't even got
Is
to play it
there-
yet.
I like because I took out like the torches in the hallway, but is there like more lighting further I go?
The further, like the hallway is dark. Is
Okay,
very, very dark,
okay,
yeah.
that's fine. Yeah, I go to the end of the hallway and go invisible.
Very good. All right.
Are the Stormtrooper blasters back? And then lightsabers?
And as you can hear, footsteps descend. Hear sort of clanking of metal, sort of moving around on the other side of the door, as it seems to be joined with other sort of footsteps. Even the door leading to the Great Hall opens up as light begins to fill the room from the Great Hall. You kind of squeeze over, sort of hugging a wall, keeping in the shadows, as a set of guard come in, sort of heading towards the stairwell. Let's see one guard. Boop. Boop. As they move past you. Move past you, opening the door into the stairwell before closing it behind them. Plunging you back into darkness.
All right, I guess I'm just gonna wait there for a moment.
Okay.
Or at least like maybe like 5-10 minutes as they're like looking around before I head back to the stairs.
Okay.
Because they didn't see me as far as I'm aware, right?
Yeah, as far as you're aware, they just heard you.
Okay.
Okay. So you wait as time passes. You hear other footsteps move about. You have a guard sort of come back into the space you're in, and he starts searching the rooms around.
Oh, he's searching my room?
Yeah, he's searching this room.
It's just one guard?
It is just one guard right now, yes.
Alright, I'll just tell when he starts getting close, I'll just teleport to the other side.
Okay, yeah, and go past him.
Yeah.
Heading back into the stairwell.
Yeah.
Okay. Head back into the stairwell. As you kind of walk into the stairwell.
New blasters and the powers, definitely give it a try.
guard seems
Nice.
to
Do you
go
like the
into another
powers?
room
Are they good?
and doesn't seem to see you, notice you as you come out of invisibility.
Amanda brought in
And move
her
up the
leftover
stairwell.
Chipotle for me,
Back up.
which was
Yep.
very delicious.
As you head back up the staircase,
They're way OP. Oh my gosh.
here.
I've seen some video of
staircase when you hear.
I've seen some
guards,
video of the
moving about, talking.
the powers, and they look
on the next
crazy.
floor.
Does it sound like they're in the tower or just like near the doorway of the next
not-
level?
It's hard to say.
Okay. Well, this
Darth
point, I would like
Maul?
to try to
Oh
stealth
my
again,
gosh.
if
Yes,
I'm
please.
allowed. Okay.
I love Darth Maul, man.
Fresh instance, fresh stealth check.
Dude. Why?
Amazing.
Why? It's like, oh, here's a 20. Two.
Oh my gosh. Oh man. Okay. Let's see. We
The
just
game
need
hates you.
fairly.
Dude, I've been last session. I was rolling really low as well. I got 1 through 3 last session.
How's work treating you?
As you move up the staircase, you hear the guard. It sounds like they're far off, like almost in another room. So you kind of creep up a little bit uncautiously, sort of walking up, and you see a guard that's sort of standing right by the door. Luckily for you, their head is turned in the wrong direction as you kind of creep up, and you're able to take a couple steps
Sorry,
back,
chat. I'm trying not to make too much noise.
remaining unnoticed. But they're kind of standing there, guarding the staircase.
Okay, I keep going up.
It's great, Andre.
I mean, you haven't gotten past them. You had to back up in order to not be seen, right?
Oh,
So they're
what?
between you and getting up to the next.
So part of my
next,
work,
level.
Andre, is I work for college,
Kirk,
and
you know what I'm gonna ask?
I have a podcast studio.
And he
Is
shattered
there,
it.
is there light in here that I can snuff out?
And I,
there is
in
there are
the
two.
I'm
tower.
currently
I mean,
Not
there's
the room.
working on moving the
tower-
studio
that's
to a
where
new
you're sort of
space.
standing is in the-
Because
the-
more of a
that
recording
open room,
closet
and
than
there are two
anything
sconces
at
between
the
them.
school. So they gave me 2 new offices to move into there. Nice. You used to work at a college? That's awesome. And so
That's
we're
great.
going
I'm just gonna-
through
take a step
estimates,
down.
trying to find
cast some
tables,
visibility on myself.
chairs.
Okay.
Right now we can
And
like
see if
kind
I
of
can
record
just
with
walk
just
up.
a couple people in the room, so we want to make it
All right.
like a table with 4 people.
You cast invisibility, and start walking
So,
up.
If you have any suggestions for studio space,
Go
feel
ahead
free
and
to
give me a
message
intelligence,
me.
please.
Because I'm open to anything. There are 2 rooms, 9.5 by 11 plus feet, side to side,
All
with a
right.
wall in between.
As you continue up the staircase, the guard doesn't seem to notice you.
I'm
taking very
thinking
careful
of taking the
measure
one
to
wall and
match
turning
your
it into
footsteps, before you reach
like a
next two
acoustic glass
rooms.
wall, so I
Um,
can see through it
these
and do my editing in the one room, and then have
are
the
standing
recording in
front
the
of
other room.
door. So they are directly sort of blocking entrance to
Yeah.
the doors. But
Yeah.
sort of creeping up, they don't seem to see you.
So I teach a podcast course as well as we record podcasts with the president of the college, and other various staff and people like that. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoy that part of my job. But yeah, we're kind of in the taking suggestions from a bunch of faculty and staff recently.
Can't try that same trick again.
We just saw Guardians of the Galaxy this weekend.
Did I hear? Did I hear any of the guards below talk for a minute?
As you passed by, it sounded like one of the guards was talking to the friar that was there working on the candles.
Okay.
He was asking him if he'd seen anyone move by or if he heard any noises.
Would it have been possible if I?
This
sat
was
there
Baby
for a
boy.
minute trying to listen to his voice.
Oh yeah, you can,
Okay.
you can
Hello,
pop
friend.
that down and listen to
Disco!
The second. You're invisible now, so it gives you a little bit
Thank
more
you
leeway,
so
right?
much for the Prime sub
you
over
can
on
listen
Twitch.
to the guard for a moment as they talk back and forth.
Thank
Or
you
the
so
friar.
much.
Your choice.
Okay.
How you doing? Welcome in.
So when I go up
I appreciate you.
in the stairwell, I try to mimic that guy's voice,
Uh-huh.
and
Welcome to the igloo. Thank
call
you.
for the guards. We found him down here. He's down here.
How you doing?
All right, give me that sweet deception check.
How'd you find us here?
All right. And
Much love to you.
Advantage. So
Mhm.
act whole.
Mhm, mhm.
And
Love your character.
lowly
Thank you.
14.
Slowly.
The Phantom
Very
Rogue.
nice. As the two guards look to each
If
other,
you can see it here.
the one of them nods to the other as the second.
This is my Phantom Rogue.
Descends down. The first one's staying.
Oh, Disco. That's amazing.
To guard the door that leads directly.
Thank
to
you
the
so much for the
Spectre's
Prime
hall, but
sub.
The side door.
This is my Phantom-
Now open.
Oh, this is my Phantom Rogue.
Side door. Okay.
Right now, we're kind of like split up,
Sorry,
and one of our
I know
characters
you already
is infiltrating a
explained. 'Cause
castle.
You said the windows were the second way to get in, so the side door is not going to help me here.
Disco, I just looked at your
Side door,
your
it
channel. You
goes
just recently
around,
streamed
basically,
Half-Life. That's
it's not gonna
awesome.
lead you directly to the hall, but it leads you around into the main entrance into the hall.
Oh, cool! And you use
So
the
you
new
just go to the
Stream
entrance.
Elements
All right.
Which
Anime,
you would imagine there
theme?
are more
That's
guards.
neat. I just looked at that today.
I got one guard here.
So yeah, this is our Phantom Rogue.
You're You're
That
having
we've
a great
been-
time, aren't you, Kirk?
that we've been doing.
Fantastic time.
Much love. Yeah,
Goodness.
appreciate you. Thanks so much.
I live.
know.
We've been trying to post these up on
No.
YouTube.
Brian, when you were throwing your voice.
Yeah.
As well. So all of these campaigns we're putting up on YouTube as well. If you haven't checked that out.
I'm a
Immediately popped into my
too.
head.
I'm the chosen one. All right. Can I?
That's awesome, Disco. I went ahead and followed you over there on Twitch. Hey, what's up? Welcome back. Welcome in.
Smash
Number
cut
one.
from the infiltration screen
Appreciate
to
you. Thanks again for everybody following on
and Zark
Twitch and on TikTok. I appreciate you.
mid ritual.
Much love. Hey, thanks for the roses.
Zelrith just cackles maniacally.
It's okay,
as
Fish.
Undead creations.
Hey, Umber, thanks so
move
much.
once again.
75, 80, so many,
Exactly.
Yeah, that sounds good.
100 roses. Holy
See, that's where the real
moly,
magic's
Umber.
happening. This is just boring.
The real magic.
Sneaky spy
Ah,
stuff.
The real
going on.
magic.
Yeah. The
140?
realist of magic.
What? 170?
Oh my god.
Sheesh,
do.
still going on those
Like,
roses.
try to knock him
Thanks
out,
so
but then
much.
if I open the door with a dead or a
Kill
down
him.
guard,
How's your night going, Disco?
why would I kill him, though?
240
Then
roses?
he's out of your way.
Yeah, but we don't know if these guys are
I love it,
evil
Andre.
that have taken over. This is just a normal
270?
guard.
They're still going with these
Being
roses.
here.
Bane's not gonna just start murdering
I'm
civilians.
not sure I've ever seen this many roses at once. That's so many
But,
roses, Umber.
Yeah, you know what?
365, one for every
God,
day.
I'm gonna try to sneak up to him and knock him out.
Hell yeah.
Okay. All right. Give me one more
400?
stealth tech for getting
Four
some arms.
415?
Work.
Alright.
These roses are still
Yeah,
coming in
choke him
hot.
out just with one arm.
Holy moly, thanks so much.
Kirk, what time of day is it?
It's
470?
like fairly early morning, not quite noon.
Holy
God,
moly, the
man,
roses
what
are
is
flowing
going
in.
on?
500. I've literally never
Showing
seen this
that I
many
have
roses at one
Jeez,
time.
dude.
Bells.
You
Would
should.
that be
Everybody got a
accurate?
long rest.
Thanks again for all the likes. I appreciate you.
These rolls are killing me.
They're-
Only thing you
Hilarious.
have used today would be
560, Umber?
your usage. Of
How many
your
roses do you
rituals
have?
to, get your special event.
570 roses. Thank you so much.
Okay, so oh yeah,
That's
I need to
amazing.
roll to see if this guy notices you. Let's see.
Get a little thing up the top there.
God.
Incredible.
Woo!
Incredible.
So as you sneak up to him, trying to find the best position is a little difficult. Heavily armored individual it doesn't make it easy on you.
Whoa, come in, everybody.
If
Fingers.
so, your goal is to
Umber, I bet 570 roses. You really had to click that one.
Choke him
Thank
out.
you so much. I
Choke 'em out.
appreciate you.
Giant, massive
Much love to you.
arms.
Thank you again, Disco.
He is fully armored, so it's not tremendously.
Thank you
easy,
again, Disco,
but you
for
could do
the
some
Prime
sleight of
sub over
hand
on
to
Twitch.
get
And
under
Umber,
his
thank you so
armor
much
and
for all
start
the
choking him out
roses.
before he can
Much
make it.
love.
Why not? Because I'm rolling so well tonight.
Yeah,
Let's
that's
go
right.
for it.
I believe in you. I believe.
Slide a 10 check, please. My God, your bonuses though. Jesus
know.
Christ.
Oh, hold on. I've been doing this wrong.
Why?
Oh my God.
What's wrong?
Because I'm proficient with it. So the lowest I can roll is a 23 on the sleight of hand. And
Oh,
then
wow.
my stealth, the lowest I could get is a 23.
Oh my God.
I was wondering what happened to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
it's
was.
been ages since we
Yeah.
played. I forget how to play. But
Okay,
I mean,
cool.
I can't do anything with a nat 1. I was
Yeah, right.
screwed with that.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
cool.
No matter what.
So yeah,
I feel better
so
now.
yeah, being invincible, you very carefully unbuckle like the top kind of like set of his armor, get it loose enough to where you can sort of jab your arm
Hey,
up
puppy.
and rake it back to hold
up,
him.
Brody?
And
Hey,
last thing
baby.
we're gonna need is a opposed strength check.
Alright.
I believe you're so strong. More roses, Umber.
Athletics or just strength?
Thank you so
It's
much.
going to be
Ian, welcome in.
strength.
Umber,
Straight
thank you
strength on
for all
both
of these roses. 100 now? Holy moly, Umber.
Finally double digits.
Could've been
Jeez
worse.
Louise. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Watch him being the strongest
Uh,
bard in the town.
138
I got my
roses.
right?
Sheesh, thank you.
Oh,
Close.
you beat him.
Much love.
Yeah, very nice.
Jeez Louise.
You are
As-
strong.
As you gain control of him, he starts to struggle.
Gotta feed your kid.
as the lack of oxygen,
Exactly. Oh, and thank
so
you,
getting to him.
Disco for the 100
so
bits over on Twitch. You guys.
We're gonna need another one.
That will, yeah, that'll
See
go
if you can
to the
maintain
baby fund.
All right.
We just got all
Not
the final bills
Not
from the
maintenance.
hospital,
Not
so
maintenance.
that's like $4,000, even after insurance. Hey puppy, wanna come say hi?
Nice.
Tease
pretty
me
good.
with a nat 20. You jerk.
Chat.
Oh,
We'll get this puppy.
wow.
The
16.
maintenance was successful.
As he becomes weaker and weaker and weaker until finally he succumbs
Ta-da!
to it, and you sort of catch him as you gently put him down onto the ground.
Look at this pupper.
No.
Pupper boy is joining us.
Okay. It's about this time. Oh shoot, that's not what I wanted. That's
Hi,
right.
pupper.
It's about that time as
Hi,
you
Pupper.
kind of slowly get up to the ground, as you see hear footsteps coming.
Birdie's
up.
our old man. He's 13 years old.
Steps. They don't sound like metal boots like you have been hearing, but nonetheless you hear somebody.
Thank you,
coming up
Disco.
the
Thank you,
staircase.
Umber. Appreciate you.
Is there anywhere I can like hide this guy in this room?
There is like
That's
a
it.
back room to the
Stay in my
tower,
lap, buddy.
that you can drag him to, but he's,
Like that? Yeah.
It's
like,
crazy,
'cause you know that
Andre.
first room
Even
I found
after
into is
insurance-
a good little storage
yeah,
room.
yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Is
when
there
you look
any-
at
do
the
I know
list and you're
anything
like,
of that
wow,
within reach?
all of that money's.
Yeah, no, like I said, in
That's
this
so
tower,
much.
there are
We're
back
so
rooms,
thankful for insurance
so
because
you
it is
see across from the door
crazy
you're
how
in,
much it
you see
costs.
a set of doors that leads to
The first set's still
over. I'm
counting
not
up,
sure
holy
what's in
moly.
there.
I saw
You
570 and then
go
I
for
saw
that,
130, Umber.
but you just
That's
have a
incredible.
moment,
138.
and moving a fully
Much love.
armored individual would
Much love
certainly
to you.
be fairly loud.
Little puppy down here.
I guess I'm just gonna wait in the corner for a second to see it pops up.
Okay.
Hoping
As
it's Orla.
Go to the corner and go invisible.
Yeah.
As you see Orla sort of
Okay.
step up the staircase.
I
she-
knew you
she
would
seems
make
to
it in.
Changed her disguise. Her hair is a different color than it was before, but you recognize enough to see that it's her. As she's holding a tray of what look like drinks, as she sees the guard, and she kind of just sighs and says, "Do you want me to take care of this one?"
No. Actually, I do need your assistance. Let's get him in the other room. I think we're gonna have some fun.
She carefully sets down the drinks and helps you.
That's weird.
Scuttle.
Much love, everybody. Hope you're doing so well
after throwing
tonight.
him away.
Thanks for being here. Got little Brody boy on my lap. Brody
Wait,
is
did I
like
just stow
13
him
years
in
old.
The stairwell.
No. He's in like a room behind the stairwell.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna take his armor, and
Okay.
I guess tie him up and
Genius.
gag him.
Okay. Very
So I
good.
can just blend in.
Spoon.
And Orla helps
No.
you don the armor. As she kind of
A nice bonk on the head.
Yep.
Oh, baby.
All right, what's the plan from there?
Yupu.
I'm gonna
on.
stand guard at the door and hope
Go
that
for
I
it.
can listen in.
Okay, very good. Orla sort of picks up the drinks and she sort of nods. Says, "I'll see what I can find out as well."
It's like a couple
She,
bucks, Umber,
goes
something
past you
like
into the
that.
room.
Unfortunately, TikTok I think
Into the
takes
room
like
where
half or
people
something
talk.
crazy.
Mhm.
Okay, cool.
So if 700 is like
Okay. As
basically $7, so it's like
as you sort of
350
stand
maybe, something like
guard,
that.
you start listening.
Maybe $4.
into the talks.
Really
inside.
appreciate it. One
And
cool
you can
thing is
hear
that
several noble voices
gifts
inside.
actually
From this vantage point, it's much
add to the
clearer
algorithm,
than it
like
was
boost the
down,
stream up a little bit.
over by the staircase.
So sometimes when people give,
and you can recognize a few.
it
of
actually
voices.
boosts the stream, like gets it more viewage. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. It's like that on Twitch. It's like that on
Is.
most streaming platforms.
You certainly notice Jalister's voice coming from inside, as well as Amnar's.
I really
both of
appreciate it,
them
though.
Being if you remember, Lariel's kind of right and left-hand man, right? So they still seem to hold some sort of sway into court. You seem to be helping
Yeah, I
with the
know.
proceedings more than offering any
You can run through those
opinions,
gifts quick, huh?
as there seems to be discussion and voting happening on a couple of measures. If you sat in on enough of council meetings to kind of know roughly how these things go, usually they vote on a number of things, and we'll discuss things for a while, take a break, eat food, and then continue the cycle. And sometimes things get done. In there as well, though, the two voices that you seem to hear the most are the voice you hear the most in general is that of the head lady of House Shadow Dusk, who seems to be controlling most of the meetings. She seems to be general, kind of pushing measures to move troops from various areas and calling for aid from some of Waterdeep subsidiaries to move more troops into the city. And seems to be garnering funds from the treasury to raise arms and hire mercenaries. Is the current level debate. But you
And
stand guard for the time being, sort of gathering what information you can, and as we move back over to Zark and Zelrith.
yeah.
Woohoo! Welcome to the party.
Zark, did you? I don't know if you ever told me what you were doing at the afternoon. Were you just helping Zelrith, or did you have something else in mind?
I was going to, but then it seemed like I wasn't able to provide much assistance. So I think Zark is going to have a little chat with Urdok.
Okay. Yeah. As Urdok makes himself present and finds a nice comfy cushion to lounge on, he speaks plainly to you. Speak.
Urdok, it's good to see you again.
I cannot say the same.
Oh. Oh.
Unfortunate. I'm sure you have been listening in on this news about Lilith and Hallister.
Yes, and what of it?
Have you been ensuring that those who should be concerned are aware of these developments?
I imagine that it is trivial compared to the might of our people. I still do not see why we haven't contacted them yet, Zark. Your excuses are growing more and more tired.
Ooh.
Nothing excuses, Urdok. It is important to deal with these issues so that we can be unopposed when the time comes.
With what
Andre, thanks so much for
elders
the likes. I appreciate you.
have instructed us to. They foresaw nothing in our path other than what has
Much
already
love for
been
the
disclosed.
likes, for the roses.
And yet you waste your time here, and I waste away in this awful form.
Andre, if you would have
When did you
any
feel that way,
suggestion
Urdok? I
to
thought
add to
you
a podcast
would
studio, what
understand
would it be?
the gravity of the matters before us.
If you have any ideas, no
I
pressure.
understand. I understand well enough. As you prattle on, you've grown too accustomed to this world. And becomes more and more evident with each passing day.
My will is always with the extending of our people and their power, and it continues to be so. There are certain matters that must be attended to ensure their success. I hope you are communicating that effectively.
Those just got
Urdok,
simple
that is-
stuff. Yeah, keeping it simple. The biggest thing we have to
Lays
do
his head down and
is I'm working with maintenance to soundproof the room because of
We
a
need to have
bathroom
a
close
session
by
where it's just Urdok
and another room
and,
close by.
Zark, and that's all we watch.
The Urdark is architecture.
We have microphones.
Yeah, exactly.
I have
Urdark
set up.
bickering with Zuck.
Mostly, I'm
Yeah,
thinking of
for
like
2 solid hours
furniture
as
that
they
we
just
need for
try
the
to, like,
room.
do some,
Hey
like,
Terry,
multiple
welcome in.
shopping or something.
Furniture that we need for the room.
This astral
Set up for the
plane
room and everything.
dragon in a cat's body.
Love it.
Okay. So
I hear baby
So
boy
as,
chirping in the other room.
as your conversation wraps
Not
up,
so happy.
one of Zelrith's servants races up tower steps and kind of gains y'all's notice as he announces, there's a delegation out at the gates. Would you like to meet them out front, or should I guide them inside?
Have them come in.
I might need to
Bows and then goes back down.
go help.
A few moments later, the main doors of the great hall of your castle are opened, and a number of armed individuals sort of enter in, flanking Lady Silverhand. She walks in with a
Took
sort
a
of
nap. I
large
fell
fur
asleep to Lord of the
overcoat,
Ring ambience music.
sort of
I
covering her.
love that, Terry. That feels like a great way to fall
coming in
asleep.
from the cold outside.
I'll be right back.
She
I need
seems
to help with
welcome the warm as she comes in.
get it really quick.
Uh,
Back in just a moment.
Zelrith, a slight bow. It's like, thank you for housing me in your castle. I've been eager to speak with you and your associates.
Zelrith will do a little bow back to her and say, certainly, it's important to have influential friends in times like these.
Well then, let us cut to the chase then, as I have informed you. I have been ousted as from my position in Waterdeep. Um, Lady Shadow Dusk has been voted the appointee uh, as the reigning ruler. Um, her coronation is not set yet, but was enough for me to feel the need to flee. I'm afraid my dissenters outnumber my supporters at this rate.
What do you know of Lady Shadow Dusk?
Well, I know her house is quite ancient. Possibly has the most storied history of any of the noble houses, though they had a checkered past some several hundred years ago. I believe they found themselves on the wrong side of a war or two, back even beyond the between the dragons. Nonetheless, they have rose to prominence in the past 100 years since my recent dealings with the city. Um, they have shown themselves to be an added supporter of the arts and willing to spend enough coin to satisfy the other nobles. Unfortunately, I don't know much else than that.
So, why did you flee?
Well, I'm afraid my ousting was rather sudden, and I believe to be targeted. Whatever their goals, they are trying to gain control of the city, have finding much success in doing so. I imagine I would
Solid
prove
nap. Love to
nothing
hear
but
it.
a wrench in those plans, and so I removed myself from the situation before any ill will followed me or any of my associates.
I see. Before leaving your post, do you think you
What's up, DJ?
have
Welcome
any
in.
information that we should know? Anything that you were aware of, or anything that seemed particularly pertinent?
Well, while my time of Open Lord seems to be at the end, I did my best to protect the city. Unfortunately, this attack was so sudden. I am still reeling from it myself, I'm afraid. My information I have for you on it is very minimal. That said, I do still have a number of allies that I have gathering information as we speak, and I might have more for you in the coming days. But for right now, I suspect that it is tied to my ousting in some manner. Um, the sudden nature of it all seems suspect at best. While I might not have while I might have been able to handle this better, I don't think my handling of it was so bad as to involve a coup.
I think you were probably smart to leave when you did. Um, how can we stay in contact with one another?
Well, I was actually hoping to ask you that. I have friends down in Bolter's Gate, where I would have ran otherwise. If it is all the same to you and you don't mind offering me protection, I would be happy to stay here and help in any way I can.
Well, there's certainly plenty of room here. That wouldn't be a concern. So, yeah, I don't see why not. It would be helpful to have your assistance and your advice and whatever information you gather. We would certainly welcome. Um, yeah, and it would be wonderful to know who these allies you have are, so that we could work with them as well, if that's possible.
Well, you all are familiar with Jellister. He volunteered to remain with the court and under his position uh, to run the affairs of the court. And while I imagine he won't remain there long, he has enough tenure to still be in the favor of most of the nobility there. He's there, hopefully gathering as much information as he can as we speak. And while his influence is minor, he's at least someone we do still have in the courtroom.
And anyone else?
Um, there are a few a few captains of the guard that will certainly still answer to me if I were to call on them. I also have one of the lead investigators in the city, working to discover who caused the destruction of our walls. Um,
Is it Blast Ass?
I'm not familiar with a blast ass, but Barnabas Blastwind is his name.
Oh my gosh, Blastwind.
He's quite a
Yes,
talented investigator.
yes.
That guy's still around? Incredible.
I,
We had a run-in
he has
with
been
him.
asked to retire several times, but he refuses. He, he insists he still has more to offer, and I expect as much from him.
So, what do you plan to do being here in the castle? Do you have any kind of next steps, or how do you think you'll spend your days? I guess I'm curious what your next moves are.
As of right now, I have a few letters to write. I need to update the marshal of Bolter's Gate, let him know of our current situation. I also need to get word out to a few of our allies to the east. What few of the dwarves still are interested in the politics of Waterdeep. Make sure they are not in for rude awakenings should they contact the city. My political duties don't end there. From there, if you are willing to let me use your base, this castle as a base of operations, I hope to garner support and maybe make a move to regain my position, or at least find out what is going on, so I might minimize the damage to the city.
That sounds reasonable to me.
Did you get a chance to ask her about the drow?
No. What were we gonna ask you about the drow?
I meant to say that I was going to message the crew about what they talked about. The Raven Queen talked about the Loth and being able to free the drow, asking her if tell her about the Loth, the Spider Queen, and how she has ensnared drow to try to help overtake Waterdeep, and if she knows of anyone that has dealt with freeing drow before.
Seems oddly specific, but we can try.
Well, Raven Queen
Well
said
connected.
we know someone in Waterdeep that knows how to do it, but she didn't say who.
So to keep things short, Kirk, I will convey to her the things that Siva told us about freeing these drow and Spider Queen, and see if she has any information about that that might be helpful to us.
Well, I can't profess to be an expert on drop culture. I do know of the minor goddess of Loth, and not to be trifled with. Um, unknowingly at least. But unfortunately, you and your associates have more experience with Drow than most of my agents, I'm afraid.
Hmm.
What was his name? The guy writing the book. Ugh.
Yeah, he might know.
What was his name? Oh my
Michael
God.
dealt with him a lot too, right?
The guy writing the book.
Of all the
Yeah.
creatures,
Reading the
Bolo,
book.
Bolo, Bolo.
Hello, there you
Volo,
go.
yeah.
Good job.
Bolo might know.
Volo
Where the heck
probably
is
knows.
Volo?
I haven't talked to him in a while.
Yeah, is he like alive?
The last person to talk to him was
Joseph.
Joseph. Joseph went on an expedition with him for the past 10 years, right?
For the past 10 years.
Yeah. They went on an expedition. It wasn't 10 years. It was like the last 2 or 3 years of that 10-year downtime. They went on like a 2 or 3 year expedition, down south.
Where's
And
Joseph Kirk?
I mean, the last you heard of him, he took a ship and went north to help rebuild Luskin.
Classic.
He's like, you guys got this falling apart world, right?
Well, I'm to Joseph's credit, he thought Waterdeep was perfectly fine. He saved it, and he went to go rebuild what had been destroyed, right?
Right.
But yeah. So outside of what you had heard from Joseph, none of y'all have talked to Volo since in over 10 years.
Okay.
Hmm.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah. Appreciate everybody hanging out. Hope you're doing so well. If you have any questions about the campaign, let me know. Love to answer
Yeah, I
them.
don't know. I guess we could try to pull a thread to see if we can find Volo.
I mean, when we
by
knew where
his
he used to
place
be,
in the
right?
midst of these riots.
Yeah.
He's probably in
Well,
hiding right now or something.
yeah, probably.
Well, I know if I know where his place was, I could just go there.
That's true. See if he's around, or see if he's okay.
He was. I'm trying to remember where he lived. Anyone remember?
Near the yawning portal, maybe.
It was so his place was over on the Trade Ward, off of Nath Panther Street, so a little south of the City of the Dead.
Oh, so I'm close.
Mm-hmm.
I shall head there.
Like it was meant to be.
All right, so yeah, you head towards Trade Ward.
Yeah, I love it.
Any other questions for Lady Silverhand right now?
Guess just ask her what she thinks we should do next.
Yeah, that's probably a good question. Do you have any advice?
Justin? Welcome in, everybody.
or,
Hope you're doing well.
Inklings as to what you believe we should do next.
She shakes her head. I couldn't give proper direction right now. I'm still reeling from all of this myself, and until I have more information, I think it's best to sit tight and find a clear picture of what's going on before taking any rash action.
Mm-hmm.
Do you and your associates have you discovered anything?
Hey, Jose, how's
that
it going?
might be pertinent to
How you doing?
what's going on?
Welcome in.
I think we have seen a couple things. It seems
Jay,
that if
thanks for
nothing
the 1,000
else,
likes. Much love.
the Xanathar gang are behind a lot of the chaos that's happening in the city. We've seen multiple different uh, Xanathar gang members and fought a very seemingly hand-picked force that was sent our way when the chaos broke out.
Hmm.
They seem to
Thank you
be
for the likes.
pretty
Much
aware of
much
us,
appreciated.
and
Do you think that their involvement stems beyond taking advantage of the chaos?
They are probably the source of the chaos.
I would naturally think so. Knowing what I do about the Xanathar gang, they seem to be. Their roots always seem to run deeper than than at first sight.
Strange. That would be contrary to my information.
Really?
Well, if I
Explain.
were to imagine, they would be the least likely to see so much destruction. Xanathar, as much as I disdain for it, profits heavily off of Waterdeep doing well. The richer the city becomes, the more gold siphons down into his sewers. With so much being looted and so much destruction, the trade war won't open up again for weeks, maybe months.
Hmm.
His
Did
revenue would almost be nil.
did we see him in that meeting
Well, we
with
didn't.
with Hallister and Loth? Was he there?
Xanathar?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was.
Mind Flayer
Yeah, he
version,
was
yeah.
there.
Okay. I was
Um.
wondering if his like forces might have been forcefully taken over or something.
I'm
Well, okay, I'm remembering a different things. There was like the guys that obviously had those brain worms, but that's Xanathar,
yeah.
Yeah,
right?
I'm.
So like,
No, that's Xanathar works with the Mind Flayers, so maybe the Mind Flayers turned. Was he at that meeting? Remember when we were? You
I'm
had that
pretty
dream,
positive
Siva.
he was
I
at
I
the
thought
meeting.
I
I
thought
had the
Xanathar
vision.
himself was at
Yeah,
the meeting.
He was at that meeting.
he was there. Okay, so maybe
Yep,
he's.
And
Xanathar
Hallister.
himself. Yep. And so I will tell Lady Silverhand.
But it sounded like they were answering to Hallister, though.
Maybe he's being forced to take these actions.
Could be. I'll tell Lady Silverhand that when the chaos was breaking out, we witnessed Xanathar gang members purposely blowing open the wall to allow more chaos in the city. So, as strange as what she has pointed out seems, it does seem that they were trying to add to the chaos for some reason.
She she kind of looks off in the distance, kind of thinking to herself, sort of shaking her head. It's like as I had said before, I certainly need more information then.
Another question: the things that happened in the Underdark that we saw, that like aside that we had,
Mhm.
did our characters know about that?
I mean,
We know that
Siva,
from
I
Siva.
told everybody.
Yeah.
Siva,
Ziva saw that.
retold that to everyone.
Mhm.
So yes,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
So
I will
Zelra knows of it.
I'll go ahead and convey that that
That
whole
vision.
that
Mm-hmm.
whole vision
I'd
to her.
also like to have it on the record that Zark shed a single tear for the loss of Strong
Strong's
after he
not
heard
dead.
about this vision.
uh,
He's alive. We're good.
A version of himself is alive.
um,
Jose, thanks so much for the
okay.
likes. I appreciate it.
So yeah, as you recount Siva's vision, uh, Lady Silverhand sort of whispers something to one of her advisors, who begins sort of taking notes. This these this vision, the people you saw there, said it was a priestess of Loth, as well as a man named Hallister.
Yes, as far as we know, and I think we know this, Kirk. Hallister seems to be a extremely powerful entity that rules the the Underdark. Do I know that? I mean, I thought
We kind of
We,
figured
we've
that out
encountered
before
him,
you
yeah.
we
found him.
encountered him. I knew that, but like I didn't know if we knew that he was like a.
Our tiefling friend told us that.
Okay. So I'll explain who we believe Hallister is to be to her, and then I'll tell her that Xanath
Welcome in,
himself
everybody.
is
Hope you're
at
doing
that
so
meeting
well.
as
Appreciate the
well.
likes. Appreciate everybody hanging out in chat.
As she
Have any questions
she
about
sort of
the
conveys
campaign,
with
let us
some of
know.
her counsel. She's like, I do believe I have heard of the miles of structure that lies under Waterdeep, and we knew that there was ongoings, but I had never expected to reach this far to the surface. This Hallister, if he is the organizer of all this, then we might have something bigger on our hands than I had even initially thought. I should let it be known that House Shadow Dusk has holdings underneath the city, miles underground, from what I'm told.
Oh, really?
Holdings. What does that mean exactly?
A castle that was said to have once stood at the top of Mount Waterdeep, but was sunk to the ground after a horrible confrontation with demons thousands of years ago.
That
Interesting.
seems
Gumi?
pertinent.
Yeah.
Maybe we should take a look at this castle.
Yes, definitely.
Many of the noble houses have strange skeletons in their closets. I had thought nothing of it, but if this Hallister is somehow involved, that would connect them with the city's destruction.
You wouldn't have any other information on where exactly this castle might be down there.
I'm afraid not. The only rumors and various sayings that have made it
What's up,
into
Michael? Welcome in.
old history books.
You're just joining us. Appreciate
The
you being
Noble
here.
House has
Feel
kept
free to hit the
very
follow
much to
button. Much
themselves,
love. Hope you're enjoying the
even
campaign.
over the hundreds of years in between their founding. There are only two that have made their presence known in the council and to the greater nobility. The brother and sister of the current lord of House Shadow Dusk.
You know where House Shadow Dusk, would we know where they reside in the city, like where their house is?
You would find their holdings on the north side of the castle ward, neighboring the field ward. It would been one of the first to have burned in the riots, I'm afraid. They suffered the most loss from most of the noble houses. Just one of the reasons they were able to garner as much support as they did.
That's what you want us to think.
I wonder with their castle already under siege if they would notice another infiltrator.
What are you suggesting?
Oh, I'm sure if they do have some knowledge of this castle underground, they'd have some record of it.
Perhaps. I don't know what is left of the structure, but if there's anything you're planning, I would be happy to help as best I can.
Hey, I got another mission for you.
Beijing, Banwalls.
Sounds like sneaky crap. Or we send Blast Wind in.
Bane's not with us right now.
Yep. He's
What's that?
tardy right now. Oh, got
He's
him.
back.
I was here the entire time.
Yeah, your
I have
body
another
was.
mission for you, Bane.
Oh my god, stop using me!
Listen, the old Bane always wanted to be used, so.
You chose your path.
Mhm.
I don't know if we have anything else to convey to Lady Silverhand.
Well, she'll be staying there for a while. If you do think of something, she's not far away.
I say,
that-
one last thing, Lady Silverhand. If you haven't already noticed this, I'm a necromancer.
She she gives a wide smile and is like, "You are not nearly as inconspicuous as you think you are, I'm afraid."
As all the zombies and stuff are screaming.
I wanted to warn you in case you happen to run across any undead in the castle. They should be far from where you will be, but
I appreciate it.
I wasn't sure.
I have studied this school myself, so I'm not completely
Oh.
Oh, she's got a bad side. She's a baddie.
She's a
Sheesh.
naughty girl.
Okay.
Now, if you will won't mind, I will take my leave. I could use the rest.
Very well, and I will send some servants to go show her to where she's gonna stay and all that stuff. Help her out.
Cool. No, she makes herself at home. All right. All right.
Then I will proposition Zark,
Yeah, position me, baby.
and I will say, "Hey, baby." No. I was wondering if you may want to go and take a look at my auction house with me and see what kind of state it's in. It is in the same part of the city as the what's it called? The Shadow Dusk holdings are. If we want to take a preliminary peek over there.
So I would appreciate something to keep my busy, to take my mind off the welfare of my family right now. So yes, that's fine. I'll tag along.
Very well. Let's go take a look. Hopefully everything is okay, but I am skeptical.
Indeed.
I'm still on my way to Volo.
Okay.
The party's wildly split. Yeah.
Wildly split.
We're about to send Bane on another solo mission.
He's like trying to stealth and we're messaging him.
So,
Bane,
What is it?
we've got work for you. Where are you?
I'm in the middle of the first job. What do you mean more work?
Wrap that one up. We've got something else.
Could you hurry it up, Bane?
The hell?
I thought you were stealthy. Why is it
Orlum,
taking so long?
Amscray. Just hear metal like bouncing in the background. How do I get this damn thing off?
all right. All right. Let's take a 5-minute break. Use the bathroom, and then we'll reconvene and continue on.
Perfect.
Sounds great.
Hot.
I'll be back.
All right, chat. We'll be right back. We're gonna take a couple-minute break here. Run to the bathroom. Let me know if you have any questions about the campaign. I'm excited to jump in the last bit of this. Already, lots of talking, but a lot of good stuff. We talked to the Raven Queen. Bane went to the castle. We've met with Lady Silverhand. So now we're about to get into the action-based part of the thing. So very talk heavy for the first part of the campaign here. But I think we're going to jump into some action here soon. Like I said, talked to the Raven Queen, got some extra powers that I'm not quite sure what she did yet. I have a ethereal raven now, which I don't know what that does. I apparently can call power from it when I need it. And she did something to my bracers. So my flying dagger bracers are like imbued with some type of power, and I couldn't figure out what it was when I tested them. So I guess we just need to test them on bad guys. And that might be super powerful. So we're gonna run to the bathroom real quick, and then we'll be back in just a minute here. Check in on Amanda and the baby real quick. Much love, guys. We'll be right back.
Look at the pretty boy. Pretty. So what am I getting volunteered to do?
This house that's like in power now. They have like a castle underground basically, like under mountain.
You don't
So we were
say.
gonna have you sneak around there above ground, like I guess areas that they held that have been damaged in all the chaos in the city, and see if you could find anything basically.
Okay.
But we might do it without you.
Oh, you think you can do it without me, but you can't. Because you need me.
Well, that's debatable.
Even with my low rolls, you need me.
Michael, what if we went in there like we were trying to like save the place?
We could. That's
That'd
kind
be
of
a
what I was
reasonable
initially
reason to go in
thinking.
there.
Was just like offer ourselves up as like service to this new people in power.
Yeah, we just walk up to this castle and like, oh, we're gonna try and help them out just because we know they're a noble house.
Yeah,
It's a reasonable thing for us to do.
that's what I was thinking because
My
you can find
question is,
a lot out that way.
how is Zark able to focus with his kid and wife gone after he spent all that time trying to save them?
Dark's trying to distract. He knows they're like safe and they have food. Like he works in that lab constantly. Like he knows they're safe. He's just trying to distract himself until we're able to actually do something about it.
Interesting.
But like,
Interessante.
we know that area is very safe. We just want to get them out as soon as we can.
Yeah.
So teleportation's weird in Undermountain. What is this? The Underdark. I keep thinking Under Mountain,
I don't know the
Under
difference between
Home,
those things.
Oh
Under
heck,
Mountain,
So-
Under
yeah,
Home, and
William,
Underdark.
Kurt, give
I
us the
forgot
lore.
that I
So you're not wrong while saying it's the Underdark, but the Underdark
yeah,
is
I have
the
a blue
greater
emote
area.
on
Under Mountain
on
is
TikTok,
specifically the area under.
but I haven't updated over on Twitch. I
Oh.
totally forgot that I haven't done
so
on
if you can
both.
imagine, there's a world underneath the surface world. Like the Underdark is huge. Like there are caverns the size of continents. Like there's like it's a whole nother world down there. And it's very hostile and very scary.
Uh,
Normal humans, like a commoner, if they were to go down into the Underdark,
they die immediately.
every day they're down there, they have to take a check to see if they go insane or not. Right?
Oh,
So,
my kind of
it-
place.
it's a shitty place to be. Under Mountain is a very specific place in the Underdark. Like I said, that is a structured area underneath Waterdeep that is tens of thousands of years old, and has a storied history all of its own.
So basically, we've only been on the Undermountain part so far.
Correct. Y'all have not actually ventured into the greater Underdark. Y'all have just been to Undermountain.
And we almost died. We're a little stronger now, but we didn't go that far down. We made it, what, the 3rd level or something? Out of the, 14?
I have no idea.
Something like that.
I have the map somewhere.
Question for you.
What's up?
You said before our one shot that I had access to all of the wizard spells, like up to level 3 or something.
Correct. Yep.
Is that still true?
That's still true.
Okay.
Your spellbook is just full of them.
That's good for rituals, if nothing else.
Oh, good throwback.
Correcto. Yeah, both of you
Found it.
have that. Oh, nice. Yeah, good research.
That's gonna be great for Liamin's tiny hut.
This is what you'll remember seeing scrawled on the wall in the first level of Undermountain.
Oh yeah.
It's like 22 levels or something.
23.
And we went down to like the 4th level or something like that, maybe. and we almost died.
There's a flaming skull on next to level 3 for some reason.
Weren't we only like level 5 though when we were
Yeah,
down
we were
there?
pretty
It's
weak.
true, but I mean, I don't think we're gonna do too much better at level 15. You know.
We'll see.
Just
Okay.
saying. That's at least we have an idea.
Okay. Siva, as you leave the city of the dead, you head south to check on your good friend Volo.
Yes, yes,
See
good
how
friend.
he's
Very
faring
well
in
know
these
him.
rough times. As you head south, going through the main part of the trade ward, you are happy to see that most of this part of the city seems fairly undamaged.
Good.
There's not too many people moving about the streets like you would normally be expecting. Um, there is as you kind of go and connect into the high road and start heading down towards Death Painters, you do see a large groups of people heading towards the court of the White Building, which holds the statues of the many gods, right? So like the all gods church is there, or has statue to all the minor gods, and people are. You can hear chanting coming from that direction, and whatnot, as people are no doubt praying in such dark times. But you head off down the alleyway, sort of wheeling around to the townhouse where Volo makes his residence. There you see that the house seemingly untouched.
How you doing tonight,
Is
William?
there before you.
Welcome in. All right, I cautiously and quietly make my way up and lightly tap on the door and to make my presence known.
Okay. There's no response.
Is the door open?
Yeah, it is locked.
You could call out.
Yep, I will, as inconspicuous as possible, I will try to call in to Volo by name.
What do you say? Exactly.
Volo, we seek you in our time of need. In this chaos, we seek your knowledge.
As a moment or two passes before you hear a bit of rustling, you see to your right one of the windows, hear like a crack as it sounds like someone is removing a nailed board from thing is that you see the curtains pulled back a bit as you see like all these wooden boards on the inside that seem to be blocking most of the window, and you see a little eye sort of peek in before the curtains close back, and then you hear a clink 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 as several locks are undone and the door creaks open a little bit. Siva, is that you, friend?
It is I.
Oh, come in, hurry, come in. And he opens the door and turns you inside before he shuts it and locks like 10 different locks.
Volo, are you aware of the magnitude of the situation that we're in?
As you see all of these hastily like put together locks there, none of those are done by a skilled locksmith. Most of these are just bits of metal that have been like hammered into place, and you see haphazardly hammered in like boards on the walls, and he's like, everyone's gone crazy. There's explosions and people rioting. I don't know what's going on, but it's bad. I'm just buckle down until everything blows over. How are you, Fred? How are you faring?
We've been through it, bud. Not only is it chaos here, but there is much deeper beyond. As in, I don't know if he knows anything about Hallister or whatever, but I said the Underdark is coming to meet us, and I think I need some of your expertise in this time.
As he's kind kind of pulling at his hair, sort of pacing around, and he's just like, "Oh, I knew it. I knew everything. I was expecting the ground to split open any minute. I need to get out of here. I don't know why I called for a cart an hour ago and it still hasn't arrived." And it's just pacing back and forth. And
Oh,
Hey, Zelrith, how many rooms you got, man?
yeah, I was gonna say I can shelter him back to the castle, but I'll tell him that we have Lady Silverhand. There's been a coup, and she's been kicked out of the castle ward. But we have a bit of a respite from the chaos at Zelda's castle that we could get you there. But first, we quickly need to know, what do you know of Drow?
of Drow. Well, my research has come across them a few times. What exactly do you need to know?
Part of the chaos from the Underdark is that Loth has enslaved Drow to do her bidding, and is using them against their will to do the bidding with Xanathar, and Hallister to boot. Chaos is rife in the city, and I think that if we can free some of these Drow, it can bring some of the tide of battle back towards us. So if your research has found how we might be able to break the bonds that are put on these Drow, that would be hugely fortuitous for us.
As you speak, he's sort of seems to be like scratching his head, and then he starts looking through his books and pulling out some papers, and he starts searching around. Drow. There's a subspecies of elves. Many call them just simply dark elves, but Drow is, of course, the more proper term. They're subterranean. The vast majority of their species lives in the Underdark, as the light of the sun um, disables them and makes them much weaker than they would be otherwise.
Yes.
I do know that you said they worship the goddess Loth as a minor god among the elves. There seemed to have been a subsect between
So, Christopher,
the
welcome
high
in, bud.
priests of elves.
How you doing?
Went, against 3 different ways, and I don't know about enslavement, though. Hold on, let me look. As he starts scrounging around and pulling.
Doing pretty well, Christopher.
Tosses one book away and then another.
Maybe boy's having a rough night, but we're doing well.
Before finally,
glad to hear you're doing well, man.
Sort of settling on this one right here. This was written by a scholar, Silvador.
Hey, what's up, Maddie? Welcome in. How you feeling?
Had interviews with a man. Let's see here. Let me get to the part that you might be interested in. Sort of scrolling around as he kind of flips through the pages.
Right, exactly,
kind of,
man.
looks through the book.
Pictures and stuff have been posting really cute lately.
You see various sort of like images and runes and things like that drawn by artists that seem to look elvish in nature. You can read correct?
Yes.
Elvish, yes?
Yes.
A lot of this looks like kind of just like looking over his shoulder. You feel
Oh,
like
that's
you can read a lot of
amazing.
it, but
Christopher, have you done that
doesn't
before?
quite look right. Looks like it's written in a slightly different dialect, or some of the structure of the language doesn't seem to work right. Seems to be almost gibberish. As he sort of flips through the book, you see
Maddie.
several sort of
sure.
depictions of
becoming real, huh?
and things of that nature. Hold on one second. Let me pull up. I should have had this up already, but I didn't. That's what I do. Here we go. It's like this a man by the name of
That's awesome,
Draxel,
Christopher. I'm excited for you.
This researcher had interviewed. Is a
That's
rather
incredible,
intriguing man. He seems to have told a story of being a slave as a young child to a rather nasty ruler in the Underdark, a tyrant of a drow that enslaved members of lesser castes and used them as fodder. He had led a small rebellion, and while he wasn't successful in enacting much change, he did escape to the surface, and he made himself a small band of mercenaries that roamed the seas for a time, several years ago, finding and rescuing any drow he could find over the years. That's the only thing I have
Interesting.
heard of as far as anything of that nature. And he sort of turns it to you, and you can see a depiction of the man there.
Is there any way that we can contact him?
I'm not sure.
Hey,
The
Tiny
last I
Tiny, thank you.
heard, the last I heard, he was
Thanks so
based
much.
in Luskin. Of course, the unfortunate news that comes from that, I worry that he might be lost, as well as that of the town. But that being said, I don't think he was one to be nailed down anywhere long. He might speak to some of the seamen out there, and anybody that has long worked the west with the Western trading companies. Maybe someone has heard his name. I know he tends to go by
Maddie, probably 11 p.m.
various
Eastern.
other names. What do I have down here? Yes, it's right here. I have right here a rumor that I heard a while back of a Zorion Zord being the name
Zord.
that he had been known to go by. In fact, even hiding that he was drow, posing as a human. It might be a hard one to find, but if there's any man that has the information you need, this would be the one.
All right.
And that, as soon as he says that name, it should ring somewhat of a bell.
So that's a captain.
The pirate captain?
Yeah.
It does sound familiar, yeah.
The one that hated us? Because we kind of infiltrated his boat and blew up stuff? Great.
Yeah, that one.
Great.
Oh boy.
Well, maybe if I come with a common goal. Well, we know where are they still at the dock ward? Last we know, they were still there, right?
They left ages ago.
Oh, yeah, right, because
That's
it's
why they were
been
so strong.
force.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, remember they kept appearing. The drow kept appearing invisible with pistols and shooting us and doing like 50 damage.
Yeah.
Absolutely
They're
destroying us.
So annoying.
They were like crazy strong. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. What's up, Morgan? All right. Well, apparently I need to see a man about a drow. I don't know if that's gonna be possible at this point, but if we can, that'd be huge. If he could help in this, it would be a little bit of convincing. Maybe I don't know if my charisma will be high enough. Bane,
Stop volunteering me.
We have another mission for you.
So I don't know anything
What?
about
I'm not
where.
even to the second one.
I don't know. So I don't know anywhere he would be right at this point. So I have no like leads.
Yeah, you haven't heard that name in over like
7
12
years.
years.
Yeah.
It's been a bit.
Okay. Well, I think Volo. I tell him to get all the books and information that he can quickly as possible get about the Undermountain and the Underdark. Gather it with him, and we're gonna head to Zalrith's castle for safety.
Okay. Yeah, as you kind of gather everything up, so yeah, he spends the next hour or so quickly like packing a large pack full of tomes and various
That's awesome,
scrolls and things
Christopher.
of that nature. And in
Alan,
the
Pirates of the Lost
meantime,
Volker. What type
is,
of
Zark's
a
doing?
character is it? Rogue.
We are
Ranger.
headed over to the auction house.
That's awesome.
All right. How do you plan to get over there? Relatively.
On foot. Where's your castle at, Zorith?
It's like outside the city.
Well,
Yeah.
you have you scrolled a portal to House Wallace, right? You have a,
Oh,
have
okay,
a
we'll go
portal
through that then.
out.
Yeah, we'll go back through that.
Okay.
Hey, doing a night more again.
Because you are down here.
Yeah, the plan is about another hour on this. An hour and 20 till
You are down here.
So we
11.
have to go. Oh, he's down there. That's
yeah,
fine.
William, I don't know if you're still out here, but we're trying to get that rescheduled. It was a bummer,
And
but
where is,
maybe next week.
We will be showing up.
Sure,
at-
Not
auction
sure.
house right there. So you're gonna be a house.
We're looking
House
forward to
Wallace.
getting it.
and
We
have
got
to
a lot of
go
plans
not too
for
far
Amanda
to
and some
the
Minecraft content too,
Yep.
which I'm hoping we can do this.
All right. So
this,
yeah,
coming up
you'll
soon.
start heading down in that general direction. In the
Yeah,
meantime,
we're really excited to do it. It's
um,
just
as
Ronan's
Siva,
given it to us the
sort
last
of,
couple weeks.
helps solo pack as Zark and Zelrest sort of make their way through the ruins of the market. Bane, you have been listening to proceedings for a little while now, sort of taking mental notes and whatnot. The guard has since returned. The other guard that was accompanying has since returned. Doesn't say anything to you as it comes back up. Takes their post and sort of stands guard on the opposite door.
All right.
After a little while, you get a very light rasp on the door, which you know is a code coming from Orla, saying that she can't. Her position's been is going to be compromised if she stays any longer, so she's relocating.
Okay.
Inside. Yeah.
Oh, go on.
No. Yeah. What were you gonna say?
I said maybe it's time to head on out. I
Mm.
feel like if anything was devious, we would have heard it by now.
Yeah. I mean, it while you're not a fan of what you do here as far as like the court proceedings, that doesn't sound like anything extremely out of the ordinary. It just sounds more. It does, but it does sound fairly nefarious as far as the motions that are being passed. It's a lot of armaments, a lot of war. It's almost like they're gearing up for war. Although it's you can't really tell who. It almost sounds like they're planning to wage war on the city itself. Makes sense in the context of the current crisis, but you know better than to needing this much force that they're garnering. They're garnering enough force that could take down Boulder's Gate, is what they're planning on building over the course of the near future.
Not good.
Not good at all. All right. Well, time to get out of here.
Jeez.
How do you how's your escape look?
The guard I knocked out. Have I heard him talk for over a minute's worth of time?
Not the one you knocked out, but you did hear the guard downstairs for a minute, right?
Okay. Yeah. Well.
Well, the one you knocked out, you barely heard say a full sentence.
Okay. Yeah.
I can just imagine Bane carrying around like a big blanket or an umbrella and throwing it out places and it casting a shadow and then he daggering to wherever he threw the thing.
And you start investing in smoke clouds.
Yeah, to cause shadows, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Now you see me, now you don't.
It's very Baney.
Baney.
What do I do?
Bathroom break, am I right?
Yeah. That would be funny. Really. Did you hear that?
So that's what you say. The guard immediately, the other guard immediately sort of grabs both their spear with both hands. So as they're kind of looking around, it's like, I hear nothing.
Hold on. Let's see if it's the one playing tricks again. And I'll slowly, with my weapon drawn, just make my way over towards the door to like take a peek.
Oh, the staircase.
Staircase, yeah.
Yeah. As you creep over, the other guard seems to be watching your back. That doesn't make a notion otherwise.
Wait here, and then I'll go down the stairs.
Yeah. All right.
Nailed it.
Going down
Nice.
going down the stairs, you come across the same guard as before, who seems to be remaining posted up theirs, as they immediately kind of come to attention as like, sir, is there trouble, sir?
No trouble. Carry on.
Seems to relax and gives a salute as you continue going down.
Too easy.
So dressed as, but this is actually you.
I know better. There's something coming.
Going down.
You're doing great.
Going down to the next floor, you see another guard that seems to have been posted up here as well. It's almost the same routine. This one doesn't seem as shocked to see you, as it kind of nod. Everything all right up there, sir?
Yes. Carry on.
Kind of nods and continues a relaxed posture.
What's up, Addy? Welcome in, everybody. Hey, if you're just joining us, feel free to hit the follow button.
All right, you
Tuesday
down,
nights are kind of
to
our
the bottom
D&D night
of
now.
The tower.
Might be every other
that
Tuesday.
leads
Kind of
into the
depends.
kitchen switch exit.
It's been kind of up in the air the last couple weeks with
I'm trying to get
schedules.
back into. Hold on. Where am I at before? Oh, I'm downstairs. Okay.
If you want to remain here, or do you want to go further down?
Oh, is he in that room that I teleported into?
No, he's just in the tower.
Okay. No, yeah, I'll go down to the kitchen.
Okay. Go down one more set of floor. Here you can hear the bustling of servants as they seem to be working on meals. You even have one that passes by you. They seem to be heading upstairs with some sort of dish.
Okay. I'm gonna walk out the front door.
As let's see here. As you head out, most of these people are now gone. Boom. City Watch are no longer
How's the
here. As you
Steam
go
Deck
into the
been
Great
treating you,
Hall,
William?
you do come across another set of guards. This time, there's 4 of them, sort of appointed on each corner of the Great Hall.
I don't know why.
One of them sort of
My
moves
stream
from their post,
computer
sort of walking
keeps
towards you,
blinking on and off with the screen, and I don't know why.
sort of giving you a nod, and asks, "What's the problem? What's the problem, sir?"
I heard there was an issue down by the gate. I need to check it out.
He kind of looks, kind of glances back at one of the other guards. It's like, "Sir, aren't you in charge of watching over the nobles?"
It came from them directly.
Give me a deception check.
Okay.
Very, very sneaky. Very charisma.
Well,
Good
very
lord.
Very well, sir. Be safe. Let's just say they allow you to pass.
Alright, he nods and continues on.
So we're heading out the front door. You see a couple other guards posted out by the main gate, but no one else seems to stop you as you exit the castle without issue.
Okay, cool. Got some free armor, guys.
For all our heavy armor users.
Right?
No, that's a disguise if we ever need to go back.
Yeah.
That's true.
So I make it past the castle. I'm now like in the streets, right?
Yep. Now you are. Let's see here. Let's get rid of that map. So yeah, you're back down into the city streets. At the base of the castle, there's several like sort of barricades sort of set up, but again, no one really stops you or says too much of you exiting the castle. They seem to be more interested in checking for people coming into the castle, right?
Okay.
Where do you head?
I will. Yeah, I guess I'll make my way back to House Wallace, or maybe the auction house, because that's closer.
Okay. So start making way
Mhm.
towards the auction house.
Making my way to the auction house, walking fast.
That seems convenient.
Just psychically knows.
It's like he knows we're there.
Well, I mean, you
I
guys.
actually don't know where you guys are because I did not listen.
Classic Bane.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm just trying to. My goal right now is to get back to the castle.
That's funny as hell.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Okay. So as you make your way to the castle ward and Zark and Zelrith, as you do the same, you'll head through, past the market down. I guess that's the.
Yeah, we would be near the market, I would think.
Yeah.
Because we were coming from House Wallace
This
down.
one is placed wrong. It's funny.
Starting to bring the party back together.
Right.
Well, God bless America.
As you'll make it past the market, a lot of the buildings around here have been heavily damaged, either by fire or broken into, like windows smashed open, furniture kind of pulled out.
Poop.
The more and more you look at these buildings, it looks like there seems to be signs of active looting, but sometimes it's almost more malicious than that. There seems just to almost been wanton destruction on some of these buildings, which not surprising after the confrontation at House Wallace, as you kind of figured that there's more malicious figures in this crowd. As you kind of are moving about the streets, you do get the feeling that you're being watched. Every now and then you can see movement out of the corner of your eye, figures ducking into alleyways and looking down from windows.
As we arrive, I also radio in to Sivra and let him know where we're at and what we're doing, so we distract him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of figure at this point y'all kind of keep fairly decent communication with each other.
I did want to update the crew on the fact that our drow connection is a said pirate that we ticked off terribly. And we can see if we want to possibly reach out and figure out if we can find him. Because he would be the key on helping fight these and free these Loth imprisoned drow.
How do you communicate this? Like
Our
to
sending
Bane?
stones.
Oh. You hear Bane say, "Absolutely not. I will not deal with that. Buffoon of a man."
Classic. Sorry, we probably should have disguised ourselves.
That's some job.
Okay.
As you head down the street of Silver and turning into the
If you're just joining us,
direction
thanks so
of the
much for being
auction
here.
house,
My name is Joel, the Kung Fu
you
Penguin.
find that there is
Playing some Dungeons
a
and Dragons.
abnormal amount of destruction in this particular area. And
That's unfortunate.
If you're new here, feel
suit
free
as
to
you reach the
hit
auction
the follow
house,
button.
seeing that the building has, for better or less, collapsed completely on itself.
Wow.
Sucks to suck, am I right?
Wasn't the actual, and Zark moves closer to you to say this, wasn't the actual assets somewhere more secure?
I don't think so. I think they were in a secure room in the building. We talked about this briefly,
Or they're
Kirk.
in the basement or something.
Yeah,
But
basically,
I
they're-
honestly don't even know.
so you had your magical items stowed in a room that was magically maintained to be protected and locked down. If you remember your magic circle to teleport here, was not in that area because the spells you had to protect that space also would prevent anyone from teleporting in and out, right?
Right.
So you're unsure of its current condition right now. You know roughly where it'd be, but it'd be basically buried under several feet of rubble. As y'all stand here, you see a lone armored individual sort of heading up the Street of Silver coming from the south.
I'm gonna whisper into. How far away is he?
Oh, he's got a couple hundred feet.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to investigate to see if I can like see any entrance to this room that has my stuff in it in the
While he
rubble.
does that,
or
I
anything.
keep an eye on the approaching individual.
It's sort of continuing.
Hey, what'd you miss? They
Y'all's
went to the
direction,
auction
As it gets
house.
closer and closer.
Zelda's
Delric, you kinda
auction house,
try
and
to
it's in
shift
rubble.
Some of the weight on
It's
on the
crushed.
rubble,
It's
but
been
just a lot.
destroyed. They're trying to figure out if they
move
can get
by
their
yourself.
magical items out of it.
Once he's within 120 feet, I'm gonna message him.
All right, 120 feet. What do you message him?
Who are you?
Bane, you received message. Sounds like Zark asking, "Who are you?"
I say nothing as I approach. Hey, get away from that building!
I'm an idiot. I'm gonna kill him. I shoot a firebolt at him.
All right, roll it.
I'll say, damn it, Silver said Zark.
How does he know?
Cause he spoke.
Bane, as you're walking up, all of a sudden you see the flash of fire before you have a chance to react, and being slowed by this, a really heavy armor, not able to dodge out of the way, that just hits you square in the chest, dealing 11 damage to you.
Oh! It was a joke! You ass!
It's crazy times out here. I don't know who you are.
An eye for an eye! And I throw my dagger at him.
God.
No, we're not starting this.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. As Bane takes off his helmet,
Actually?
you recognize him as Bane. And Bane, do you throw a dagger at Zelda?
You better believe I
Oh my
can.
god.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh, this party!
That's pure Ryan Connors right there. That's not Bane.
Shade of spite. Wait,
It's too good. The dice have spoken.
As Bane feels himself pulled back in
No. Why did you stop the first one?
That's gonna murder him.
No, it's not.
You critted. Wasn't that like a ton of damage?
No, don't worry about it.
Welcome back, Maddie. Appreciate you. How you doing?
you're pulled back in time and can choose not to attack.
Oh my god.
Zark
I'm
pulls you
hitting.
back in time so you have a second to think it over, and he does.
That was a second.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, man.
Well,
Exact 11 for 11.
Perfect.
Wow.
Oh my god.
As the dagger comes, as this armored figure pulls out a dagger and tosses you. Oh, you know it's Bane now. But as Bane pulls out a dagger and throws it at Zelroth, it hits you square in the arm, and it hurts like a bitch.
Yeah.
Bane, what the hell are you doing?
Oh, sorry. I got carried away, you know.
Under their control.
I can't help it. When you have me go full character and undercover,
God.
sometimes I
Wait.
play the part, and
I thought he was 100 and something feet away. You can't throw a dagger that far.
Dashes forward and does it.
I guess it. Okay.
It's magical.
Maddie, our team is fighting each other because they surprised each other.
I think you gave a speech at the beginning of the day, Bane. Yeah.
No,
You did. You gave 19.
I did.
19.
America.
Yep, 19.
Oh man,
I still
that's
have
not
8
as
temp health
fun.
to spare.
Zeldarith was surprised by Bane and shot a firebolt at him.
The building reduced to rubble.
And then Bane decided to throw a dagger at him.
Like there is
Bunch of
much
goobers.
left of the structure. But
So we're fighting each other
regions
instead
north,
of
you know that
the bad
your,
people.
Your storeroom
What's
is,
up, Ava? Welcome in.
the basement of the building. Should hopefully still be intact unless someone managed to overcome the enchantments you had to protect it.
Well, is anyone tailing you, Bane, or?
No, but would like to keep this set of armor. It
Goober.
proved
I
very
call
useful.
our baby Goober
Apparently
all the
the
time.
Officers
He's a goofy goober.
in the castle
That's
guard
funny.
wear it, so if I'm ever needed to go back in there, it
Nick,
would help to have
nickname him Goo.
a set of armor like this. Was hoping I could drop
What
it
a
off
goob.
at your castle.
No, certainly. I guess just bring it with you, and we'll drop it off there. We could try to dig down here and see if we can get into the.
What's the point? We could just send Silva down there. He'll turn into a ghost and make sure everything's good. Since we're apparently nominating everyone for different tasks, you know, I don't see why you can't do that. So, I have a job for you. On my job.
Volo packs the last of his bags. You get the communication over the sending stand.
I'm currently I'm transporting Volo back to Zelrith's castle.
All right, we'll regroup there and then meet back here. Zelrith, can you teleport us back there?
Well,
Or do we have to go?
Oh,
come
Maddie.
over here and we can all go back together. What about that?
It took
Yes,
us.
can we go now?
No, we'll come here to the auction house and check on.
Then
these,
we
and
go there.
Then we go.
I'm here with you in the street. What?
Not you,
Talking about
Siva. Siva and Volo.
Is it faster for me to go to the auction house with him?
Slightly, yeah.
Okay.
It's technically closer than House Walls. House Walls is north of the auction house.
My question is it better to just leave the stuff down there because it's safer than pulling things out, right?
No, not if I take it back to the castle.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll say that I'm heading with Volo.
I don't know if it matters.
And I'll just ask: is there anything to be worried about, or anything that I need to be careful of while taking Volo with me there?
Feel like we're being watched.
Okay. Should I potentially disguise ourselves? Should I?
If you are able to, I'd keep a low profile.
Okay. Yes. I do have proficiency in a disguise kit, so am I able to take time to disguise myself in Volo?
Oh yeah, certainly.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hey,
and
cool,
give
Edit.
me a
What's up?
roll with
Welcome
that
in.
Disguise kit, please.
Yep.
Ooh, fancy dice.
Nice.
It just
Nice.
disappeared. Okay. I didn't. Nothing showed up for me, but
Oh, funny. You got a 22.
that'll do.
That'll do it. Yeah, that's pretty good. So yeah, no, you've put on a good disguise for both you and Apollo, making it. Very,
It took us
very hard
forever
to distinguish you
to figure it out.
from
Manny.
from your former selves. As he packs the last bit of his stuff, and y'all head out from his place towards the auction house. Okay. Passing out of the trade ward and through the castle ward, Siva, you'll have passed through the high road, and on passing through, you see that there's a very, very large barricade that has been set up in the middle of the high road. You and Volo kind of move off into the alleyway for a moment as you kind of observe a good 24 guardsmen
Maddie, we had to
sort of stationed in this makeshift
wait
kind of barricade.
weeks and weeks and weeks and months
Some
to figure out
scaffolding
names.
has been set up that a few
Went through
guards
so
sort of
many.
stand on with crossbows at the ready. Apart from it is almost a no man's land of distance between that and another barricade further down, and you can just barely make out various figures manning that barricade, almost like a standoff between the two.
Weird.
Can I make out the two parties?
Well, you know it's the city guard manning the one closest to you, the ones that have their back to you. They seem to be holding this position, protecting the castle to the south. But to the north, it's a couple hundred feet away. It's hard to tell exactly who's there, but you see several. You see it lined with individuals. You estimate there probably is a good 2 dozen or more individuals over on the opposite side, holding that barricade.
Okay. So we're not able to go off a side street and get through, or
Oh yeah, you definitely can. I just wanted to make sure
point
that,
this out.
Point this out as you kind of cross across the high road and start going through the castle ward, sort of
Yeah.
going between the alleyways. You do have to like kind of sneak in between buildings to avoid like dealing with the guards or anything else.
Mhm.
But it's fairly easy to do. This whole city's a web of various passageways and very skinny. But you see that there's similar barricades set up along the castle ward, not nearly as heavily manned as the one on the high road, but nonetheless. So it takes you a little bit longer to get to the auction house than it would otherwise.
Okay.
As everybody waits for Siva, what do y'all do while waiting? Y'all just start
Zark's
kinda-
just kind of moving around the place, just kind of scanning the side streets to see if he sees anyone.
I'm gonna start trying to like move enough rubble to get closer to the potential room down there.
Get some
Alright.
zombies out.
I suppose I could. That's pretty blatant though.
Right. People are watching, maybe.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check, Zark.
Go well.
And I would be watching, and trying to see if I see anyone
Oh,
watching me.
God.
Oh man.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Really wish you didn't waste that
Zark
pull
is
back in
just-
time.
Zark's trying to keep an eye out for trouble, but he's so distraught about the fate of his family, he's having trouble
Yeah.
focusing.
Yeah. Finally, with a chance to like, you're just sitting around waiting, right? There's nothing else to occupy your mind, really. It's starting to really dwell on you that you don't know if they actually made it down there. Like you don't know. You're assuming that they did. You're hoping that they did, but you don't know. It's
Zark's
driving
trying
you
to
nuts.
push those thoughts away.
Right. Yeah. As y'all wait around, and as how about Bane? What are you doffing the armor, or are you keeping it on for now?
Do I have a place to like actually store this armor if I like took it off?
Yeah,
Like,
you can tie it up. Like you know when they're just piece of plate and leather. So if you take it all off, you can like wrap it up, and it's like a little thing you can carry. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
I got a bag of holding if you.
And then
you
there's
want.
that.
Yeah. I think I would try to find a place to discreetly take it off.
Okay.
And just keep it hidden so no one could connect me to wearing the armor.
Okay. Cool. All right. Then give me a strength check, Zark. Or Zelrith, sorry.
Zarvus buff.
More or less.
Right.
Emphasis on the less. Hey.
Not bad.
Incredible.
As
What's
you
up,
try
Voodoo?
your
How's it
best
going?
To try to like move some of the rubble.
Welcome in.
Most of it's too big for you to handle. Move some of the
No
smaller
salt.
pieces and shift away some of the rocks. Try to get down.
We're in the middle of a
Look at
war
your
here.
Years of work and money put into this building. Now in shambles. You dig down enough to find a lifeless hand of one of your hires at the auction house that seemed to have been here.
Oops.
Moving away some of the rocks, you can see a set
up,
of magical daggers
what's up, Megan? Welcome
that
in.
you had given to your employees for defense. And you can see blood on him. Looks like he had
How's it going?
died trying to protect the auction house.
Poor guy.
What's that? Do zombie?
True. He doesn't need it now. He's dead.
Welcome to the crew. What
Uh,
kind of magical daggers there, Zelrith?
+1 daggers.
I don't know, I'm probably not
Lame.
that nice.
They're
I gave
+1
it to
daggers, nothing
employees.
fancy.
Employee provided.
Okay, and yeah, a good
Right
good
now
hour
we're
or
sifting
so goes
through
by,
the rubble and trying to get back to
I'm
safety.
gonna stop digging.
We're under
by the
attack.
way.
How you doing
Okay.
tonight?
Alright.
Welcome in.
And as the
boy.
sun is kind of like moving past, it's starting to dip into the sky. The sky's starting to turn a hue of orange, as yelling can be heard over to the east. Sounds of fighting seems to be breaking out off in the far distance.
Perfect.
Yeah, I would have
about
let
the-
them know that of the standoff that was happening on High Road.
and sounds like it might even be coming from that direction. It's a little hard to tell, and there might even be other fights breaking out. It's hard to tell from the auction house, but it seems to be happening to your east and south.
We need to get
Um,
Rolo out of here.
That's awesome.
We should make haste to the castle.
It's about time y'all start getting a bit, maybe even a bit nervous when you see Siva and Volo come out of a nearby alleyway, and the party is reunited.
All right, no time to waste.
Good to
Teleport
see you
us
again,
away.
Rolo.
I'm very glad to see you, my friends, as well. My stay in the city has been far too long. I think swift exits is appropriate.
Let's get you to comparative safety.
Oh, please. As he kind of readjusts his backpack, ready to follow the group wherever they take him.
Don't mind the smell of rot.
I guess we'll head north.
Am I still trying to get to the vault, or what am I doing? Or are we just leaving it for now?
I think we might want to leave it for now.
We're gonna get
Kirk-
into a fight.
Yeah, we'll probably get into a fight. The other thing is, like, you could go down there and get stuff technically, but I don't.
Can I
don't
make
know
it through
how
the
long
magic
it would
either?
take.
Without
Like
you.
Brian was
Good
saying, it's kind of safe there, isn't it?
point. Yeah, it should be safe.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
It should be safe, and I don't think we have the time
Correct.
to get it out. The only problem is, I'm assuming this city is just gonna get worse and worse. So like, I don't know when I'm gonna
We'll
be
need
able
to
to
deal
like,
with it soon.
yeah, get back in there.
Yeah.
But
Because eventually they'll get some wizard to come along and get in there.
probably.
Especially if the council gets word of it has been abandoned, I might want what's
Can you set an alarm?
I guess.
How far do those last? Or you know how?
4 hours, I think, at most. Something like that.
Kirk, do I have any idea how much stuff would be in there?
I mean, you have a vague idea. You left your auction houses, especially
8
late into last year, up to their the lower management. But the last record you remember signing off on for this auction house, there is at least anywhere between 10 to 50,000 gold worth of supply in this particular auction house. So what
Jeez.
exactly is in it, you don't know off the top of your head. The unfortunate those details would be in this rumble
Jump
somewhere.
change.
But there's a sizable amount of gold here, tied up in magical items.
So even if I go down there, though, I can't get through that unless you undo it from above somehow.
Yeah.
Because I can't
we're
get through it.
leaving it, I think, for now.
Hmm
Yeah, I think we have to leave it.
Maybe set an alarm if you can. I don't know if you have to be within a certain distance of it, but
8 hours, and that's it. We'll just have to check on it periodically.
hmm
Yeah, I think we'll have
If
to come
that's
back
a-
some other
does that
time.
take-
By the way,
was that?
what happened to Fala?
I mean,
Y'all-
she was
y'all
that
got her.
whiskey and wraiths.
She's
So y'all took her back to the castle.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
she-
right.
Okay.
yeah, because she
got
was.
her out first
It was.
thing.
It was rough. Yeah.
Y'all left undead to guard whiskey and race.
What's up, Blanca?
That's right.
Welcome in. Yeah, things
I
are getting
wonder if
crazy.
it's still okay.
It's a wash at this point. You know what I mean?
Probably. Yeah, okay, I guess we'll just leave.
Are you
and
teleporting
head
us?
to House Wallace. We have to go to
You
House
have a
Wallace.
portal already open we
Got
can
it.
use, right? That portal's still open?
Yeah, I believe that's how it works, Kirk. Like, if I've opened it and the sigils are all still there, like, I don't have to, like, recast the spell, right?
Correct. So
Does
y'all
that
heading
mean
up.
anyone else could have just walked in there?
I don't know.
He can open and close it at will. So.
Okay.
Welcome in. If you're
So
just
if he
stopping in,
if he
thanks
wants
so
to close, it can
much.
be closed. So that's not a big deal.
My name is
It's-
Joel, the
it's
Kung Fu
just
Penguin.
Once he wants to change location.
Hope you're doing
that's
so
when
well.
he
We're
has
playing
to
some
recast
Dungeons and Dragons. If you have any questions about the campaign, let us know.
So we'll head
Okay.
back to that location.
So we're going back to House Wallace up north then.
it. Okay, cool. Alright,
Can I use a perception check to see if I see anybody watching us as we get ready to go?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, as everybody gathers their things and gets stuff, Siva, you kind of give a glance around the area, and as everyone starts moving out, Siva, you quickly sort of out of the corner of your eye spots a device sort of poking out of a window, and shout out to Zelrith just in time, kind of pushing him aside as a arrow goes streaming by, that would have been aimed right at his head. It streams across the road from you, hits the opposite building, and explodes, destroying half of the building
Can we?
over to the side.
That would've hurt.
Excuse me?
As several individuals start piling out of various buildings around you, and even a nearby sewer lid is sort of opened up as these tentacles flop out of it as this
Oh,
large
God.
creature starts emerging out. Everyone gets their weapons
Okay,
ready,
Time to
yeah.
run.
and we will roll initiative at the start of next session.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's no getting
Jeez.
weapons ready.
Get a
Guys,
good
thanks so
gauntlet
much for
ready.
being here for the
Just
session.
leaving, bro.
Much appreciated. There's a lot of things we had to get
And
done,
that is how we'll end this
but the next session is going to
So
be
I think
lots of
combat
action.
would be too much to start right
Sheesh.
now. So we'll start at proper next session and
Yeah.
go from there.
we'll just all
Nice.
get together, hold hands, and teleport, baby.
So we'll play Friday. Sounds good. Good job, Kirk. Can't wait.
Can we do Friday if you want to?
No,
You want to do Friday? You
I
want
want
to
to
do
do
2 and 1?
Friday.
Let me check.
How y'all feeling?
I'm
Me too.
feeling great.
I mean, I would like that, but
Potentially, yeah.
Potential?
I don't think I have it.
But chat, thanks so much for being here. I
have stuff
appreciate
going
you.
on that
Much
afternoon,
love
I
to
don't know
TikTok.
how
Much
long
love to
it's
Twitch.
Okay.
Thanks for the
Man, we
follows.
don't
Thanks
need
for
you.
the bits
Damn.
and the
Dude.
roses.
Well, let us
Wow.
know good if you want. If
Love you
feel like
guys.
can,
We'll see you on
put
the next
session in,
session.
let
I'll
me know.
post this up on YouTube
Even
if you
it's
missed
a little
anything.
late, that way we can get the combat out of the way at least.
Yeah, if we do it at like 8, that might be like your time. Then I